Hey, Poho, tell him what you did.
It was a big blockbuster made cause Ebbs was lackluster, so in the end he just had to go.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They sent him to New York and they landed Ryan Strome. Now he's got a song on the show.
Right.
He does all kinds of drills that give you all kinds of thrills, but the thrill he's never known is a thrill like he's dreaming. All the fans are screaming, it's another goal for Ryan Strome.
Ryan Strome.
Wanna see him dangle Ryan Suter.
Strome.
Wanna see him be 97 shooter.
Yeah. Strome.
Wanna see that smiling face. It's another goal for Ryan Strome.
That's a very, very good thing.
We know this sexy old lady named Renee, baby, who likes to wear men's jeans. She's got a Ryan Strome road jersey, and it's bursting right at the seams.
Now this song's designed to blow your mind, but your minds won't really be blown like the blow you'll be feeling at Rogers Place, screaming, it's another goal for Ryan Strome.
Ryan Strome.
Wanna see him dangle Ryan Suter.
Strome.
Wanna see him be 97 shooter.
Strome.
Wanna see that smiling face. It's another goal for Ryan Strome.
6:03 on the Nielsen Show. Thank you very much for being here today, and happy Halloween. Maddie, can you up my phones a bit? There we go.
I'll take a bit as well, please, if you have any
let's,
left over.
let's up them a little bit.
Yeah.
Lieutenant
Halloween.
Eric,
Hello.
where's your costume?
Well, you know, hey, look over there.
What is he doing right now? What the hell is this?
I don't know. It's a mask, and it's really tight to the face. The foam fell off, so it, like, kind of goes into my eyes. I can't wear it too long.
I don't think you'll be able to wear this too long.
No,
Yeah.
but,
do you know?
Oh, it hurts.
Like, what's the mask from? Who are you supposed to be, or is it just a mask?
It was called female mask.
It was just called female mask.
It doesn't look like a female to me. I don't know what it is, man, but yeah. Is this not the most disturbing thing you've ever...
It's creepy as hell, dude.
I mean, yeah. So...
Oh, my God.
I bought it weeks ago, and then I wore it driving home.
Really?
That was fun.
God.
Tell you that.
So you bought that weeks ago thinking I'll wear this on the show for Halloween?
The plan was executed to perfection.
You are
I'm very proud of myself.
Creeping me out right now, dude. When you
into my eyes.
when you turned around there, I was just like,
It's got the look to it, right? Like, it's a real bad mask.
I don't know why. Like, I think it kind of works with you. Like,
Yeah, the hair and everything. Like, it's kind of yeah. It's got a vibe to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if you remind me of a female from the past. You know,
Uh-oh.
No, I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
I could rob a bank with this. You know, it's one of those. If you in a movie, right? Like the Batman or whatever it was.
Jimmy Onishi's in. It says, "Wear the mask the next time you get pulled over." As they come up to the window, you just gotta turn down, grab the mask, put it on.
That slow look back. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And in honor of our draft of TV and movie coaches tomorrow, I'm Jackie Moon. So we've got that going for us today.
Somebody said it's the Trevor Lawrence mask, and maybe that's the best.
Yeah, actually,
that
could
be it.
I
do look like a handsome woman, don't I?
You do look like Trevor Lawrence today. All right, that's Damnus is in. It says it's Renee. No, I don't think Renee looks like that. Let's just say you can text us anytime 780-218-9999 780-218-9999.
No, I can't drink my.
Can't do anything.
Can't drink my coffee. This is a dumb grin.
Oh God. Mysterium's in. It says the Oilers' Halloween party looked epic. Huge Harry Potter fans in the locker room. Let's hope they can use some of that magic and go on a major streak in November. I see what you did there. That's pretty clever.
Quidditch joke?
Well, I think it was a magic joke.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Jesse's into the nasty chat and says, Lieutenant Eric, stop it. You're scaring me. Belineski says, take the mask off, Eric. It's hurting my face.
Very disturbing, yeah. My eyes. If you only knew the pain my eyes are in right now. Plastic.
All right. You can text us anytime. Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999. Hey, a conch for Halloween today, eh? Guys, it reminds me of the movie Smile. That comes from Chris, cable guy, Chris and Kenora.
That's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Terribly good.
Never seen. Is that the one that they were running the promo for where the people were just like smiling in the crowd?
Yeah.
Dude, you are so creepy right
That's
now.
what it is,
How long are you going to wear this thing for?
Well, at least to give it to the 6 o'clock hour, I'll try my best. And then we get down to business.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep her going. This wig is already itching me pretty good.
No check, though, hey?
What's that?
Novelty check?
No novelty check. I couldn't find it. I've totally forgot about the costume thing until like first thing this morning too. You know what actually reminded me of bringing my Halloween costume today was the James Harden trade I saw when I woke up. I was just like, man, huge deal in the NBA. Oh, basketball. Oh, Jackie Moon. Oh, Halloween.
Yeah, take that, NFL trade deadline.
I might end up wearing this for the draft tomorrow on the hangout. EST draft tomorrow. Myself, Lieutenant Eric,
Trevor Lawrence,
Tommy Gazzola, and glue guy Jay Milne. Commissioner Iwanek will be running the show. We're probably going to go 10 to 12 rounds deep on TV and movie coaches. And this was creating a good buzz yesterday. I had a bunch of buddies texting me being like, you got to get this guy. You got to get this guy. So we'll see where it comes out. Eric, you have to wear it when Button is on.
he'd appreciate it, hey?
Yeah, he would probably appreciate it.
Send out a conch as well. Trevor Savage, the plumber, birthday today also.
Oh, it's his
Halloween.
birthday today.
Big
My
winner
goodness.
last night at the Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
All
Happy
right.
birthday, Trev.
I like that. Everybody love everybody. Corey the Butcher's in. Good morning, gents. My everyday work clothes are other people's Halloween costume. Happy Halloween. That's true. Some people do dress up as a butcher. I would like to see, what would Corey the Butcher, what should he dress up as at Acme today? There's got to be something funny while you're, you got to like a serial killer, like dress up like.
He's got the props. It's all
Yeah,
there. You got,
it's
you got
all-
enough
it's all
blood.
right
You
there
don't
for
need
you,
fake
man.
blood. It's all.
Get a mask and go to town. I think that's good. I didn't even see anything from the Oilers Halloween party. I'm usually not like, oh my God, I got to see everything from them. I'm sure it'll pop up on my Twitter account at some point. Guys, it's Lieutenant Taylor Swift. No, I think the Trevor Lawrence thing.
The Trevor Lawrence thing.
I think the Trevor Lawrence thing hits. Like if you have a chance today, if you're listening right now on TuneIn or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, I'm sure you'll see it pop up on social media. Hell, I'll tweet out a picture of it right now. And it is a little bit because you got the hair too, right? Like
it works.
Yeah.
My wife got a clown mask. My wife is a clown. She got a clown mask. It's okay. It's like a slip knot.
Same sort of mask.
This is. I saw this. How can you say no?
So, are you gonna wear that Halloweening, like dishing out trick or treating tonight?
I will. Very hard to.
We might be over. We might be over tonight. Marshall and the Muzz are already saying, "Can we be the first people at Lieutenant Eric's house tonight?"
Oh, you're more than invited.
So,
yeah,
they're pretty excited.
Absolute.
Guys, if Lieutenant Eric's wig was just a little greasier, he had his shirt off, he would be a dead ringer for Kid Rock.
Yeah, that could happen.
Sailor says Lieutenant Eric is gold dust, right? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there's a little bit there with a different costume. Probably pull that one off. Savage is 40 today? No, I don't think so.
It's not, but
No.
he really hates it when you say that. So I think
not yet. All right, let's lay out the show for you this morning, and we'll keep rolling along here, but we'll lay out the show for you this morning. Busy night in sports. I threw this out on Twitter last night. So we had the Monday Nighter, which we'll get to. We had obviously a busy slate in the NHL, busy night in the association, World Series as well. How did you rank your consuming of sports last night? For me, obviously the Detroit Lions, they probably should have won by about 100 last night.
It's your conference to lose.
I think the Eagles might have something to say about that, but the
yeah.
Eagles' schedule gets really difficult here.
Yeah.
The Lions still kind of get a chance to put it on a cruise control schedule here. So the guy might be right. Trevor Lawrence might be right here this morning.
The investment says, yeah.
So I was on the Monday Nighter, and then LeBron and the Lakers kind of priority number 2. And then I will say I was a late innings World Series guy yesterday, so I snuck in for that. Didn't really have much on the hockey needle that was moving me last night, but your thoughts on all of it? How did you consume a full night of sports on the viewing calendar, the only equinox of the year in the world of sports? I would assume they had them all on last night at Century, right?
And the off-track betting.
And the off-track
you
betting,
had
too.
your equinox, plus this is kind of like the NBA in-season tournament. You get it all, plus a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was popping off as usual. Good to have that back.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time holding together you and this damn mask this morning, man. I'm not going to lie. That's that's a tough one. So we'll get into all of that. Hey, Messi won the big award, eh? I saw this. The Ballon d'Or. Is that what we call it?
I was worried about your
This is his 8th
pronunciation
one?
of that.
Where does this, how does that impact his legacy in any way, shape, or form?
It's another one.
It just,
you know?
but it
I
doesn't
mean,
change
he
anything.
keeps
Like,
stacking them,
he's
but I
already
don't know
got
if-
7 other ones.
I don't know
like-
what the competition between him and Ronaldo is right now in terms of how many they each have. But I mean, yeah, it makes sense. World Cup and all that.
Who else has won it since him and Ronaldo have kind of been sharing it? Like, who else has slid in here? Did
I don't
Mbappe
think,
win one? Or
Lewandowski won it last year, I think.
just last year?
Holland was
Or
second
2
this
years
year,
ago.
I think, or-
Anyway, Messi gets that track down. We'll get into that a little bit. TV coach and movie draft. We're going to continue to discuss this. We have the draft order that was set yesterday. It'll be Lieutenant Eric drafting first. I'll be drafting second. Glue guy Jay Milne will be drafting third, and Tommy Gazzola in the very coveted 4-5 swing spot. I want to get into a little bit about a nice year for the Canadian Football League too. I know some of you don't want to hear it. But
Oh, no.
Overall, a really nice year for
We'll
the CFL.
dust that under the carpet.
Yeah.
won't we, eh?
Nobody wants to talk about
No,
success in
no.
both attendance and ratings, but we'll get into that just before 7
Hey,
o'clock
if the
today.
Jets are moving, would these metrics mean that we're getting another CFL team?
In Winnipeg?
I mean, why not, right?
Craig Button will pop by just after 7 o'clock today. Kind of take a quick rip across Canada here. I know TSN dropped their recent power rankings of Canadian clubs. You know who the best one was? The Vancouver Canucks, coming in 7th in the league. They've had a really nice start. 2 wins against the Oilers to kind of get it all kicked off. So we'll get into that with Craig Button. The English Ice Hockey Association making neck guards mandatory. We'll discuss if that ever gets a sniff over here in North America with Craig Button as well. The Cool Bet hotline of the day coming up. We'll go there around 7:20 this morning. Your weekly confessions brought to you by Spectrum Rental. We'll go there around 7:30. What do you need to get off your chest today? Fancy football confessions, life confessions, so many confessions that we can get to. So you can text those straight to the Paris Jewelers inbox at 780-218-9999. And we'll go there just after 7:30 this morning. Kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's. 3 questions too many for the great staff at Park Mazda. I saw Mitch yesterday. God, that guy, he makes Tommy Gazzola look like a hobo who hasn't had a shower in 3 weeks.
True.
He
And
really-
doesn't even
he
try.
really does.
Like he's just that's
No,
what
it's
he
just
wakes up in the
he's
morning.
got
yeah.
this car dealership swag that he rolls around with, which is just absolutely incredible. See, I was out there yesterday. I am now officially, and we've talked about it for years on this show, but I have officially become truck guy, and I like it. I like it.
Get that wheel applause again.
You know what I got? We've got so much product to bring in for what we're announcing on the Hangout tomorrow. I'm going to put it into the back of the truck. I'm going to haul it in a little bit later on, right? So I can haul things now of various sizes. I am going to get one of those roll tops or a top on the back. But yeah, no, it's I haven't even had it for 24 hours yet, but it's pretty fun.
Well, no, one of the
pretty
maiden voyages, you can truck the kids around tonight for Halloween. Fill up the box with candy. Eh?
Well, yeah,
That's
pretty
a
much.
goal and a half.
Come back and dump it in,
Yeah.
and no, it should be Should be pretty exciting. That's kind
Nice of Mitch to be on hand for the big, I mean, that's a big.
Yeah, it was nice
the
for him to
big
be.
sign,
Yeah, I think he knew
You pull up the big guns.
how significant it was for me becoming a truck guy. So he was there. Great suit, had the poppy on, just looking sharp, man. Looking real nice yesterday. And yeah, no, it was great. They helped me make the whole process of buying a vehicle was pretty darn smooth with the great staff at Park Mazda. The guy I was the finance manager out there. I sat down in his office, and I don't know if it was like to me it was like a super like whip it out move and put it on the desk because you're sitting there with him, and then he's got this giant TV, probably 1.5 size the times of this TV on the wall in his office, and it's got his calendar on there. And you can see his calendar and all his meetings, and it's just like, look how busy I am. It was a real cool move. I was like, wow, you are busy.
You can move around.
Yeah, I was like, sorry, I was 15 minutes late for my meeting today. I feel like this is really going to jam you up.
Like CNN election coverage.
Yeah. No, I liked it. It was really neat. I was like, look at you, man. I appreciate how busy your schedule is. It was nice. Box Pounders in it says, the new truck have intelligent 4-wheel drive. Not only does it have intelligent 4-wheel drive, it's got real 4-wheel drive. So now I can go off-roading, which will be good. Mick's asking, which one did I pick? I am now a GMC guy. I'm part of the GMC family. GMC Sierra Elevation. It's a nice truck. This is a childhood dream come true. I've told it multiple times. Ever since Marty McFly got the black pickup truck of his dreams, I've always been like, if I ever get a truck, it's going to be a black pickup truck. I'm talking as black as pop, black rims, black everything. And that's what I have now. So it's pretty cool. I like it.
I know it's a little short notice, but the rip costume next year is going to rip.
It's going to be awesome.
You being ripped next year with
Yeah.
that black truck, we're a little too late to do that, but
I just hope I don't pull up to a traffic light later today and Needles wants to drag race me. It's a huge Back to the Future reference, right?
Yeah.
What's the matter, McFly? You chicken? And I'll go in reverse. Probably slam into somebody. I have to get it registered still, though.
yeah.
I'm a scofflaw right now. It's kind of cool being a scofflaw when you're still running the old registration on the new vehicle.
Norman the Combine as well. Big decal on the back window.
No, look, I'm not doing any of this
nothing
stuff.
at all. Not even
No.
something positive or
No,
like
if
a Detroit
anything,
Lion.
because for write-off purposes, I think I might throw like an EdmontonSportsTalk.com along the tailgate, or maybe a couple EST logos. I'll leave that up to Bruce at William Huff, and he'll probably end up throwing some sort of wrap on the back of it maybe for me. But I don't know. I don't want to get too carried away. So if my wife's driving it and she's flipping the bird to somebody,
That's a good point.
that's the last thing. That's the last thing I need. So yeah, we'll get into that as we work our way through the show today as well. I got some good people coming in already with advice. I'm going to just throw this into my advice tab in Notepad this morning. We'll get to that. Dusty, are the wipers on? Nope. Wipers get turned off in this vehicle. The windshield that I handed into these guys at the Explorer yesterday has to be one of the top 10 worst windshields in the history of windshields. Now I'm seeing clear. It's terrific.
They're putting it up on the wall, hey? It'll be like
The windshield,
this
yeah.
is one of the worst.
Yeah, it probably
best.
was. Yeah, Gager's going to join us. He's going to pop by here for Pro-Am Sports, talk a little F1 with Gager. Danny Ricciardo, we didn't get to this yesterday. What a weekend for Danny Ricciardo. Starts in what, fifth or fourth, ends up finishing 7th. Just a great week for Danny Rick. And, we'll dive into all of that with Gager when he pops by. And then we'll get into the wrap for William Huff. Text of the day, sound of the day. Text of the day, you'll get a gift certificate to A&W for $20, which is nice. Joe Belineski says, there's a registration place right next to Seductions by your office. Yes, Joe, there is. And how do you know that it's right next to Seductions?
Right next door. He knows
You greasy little pervert.
the feet away.
That's awesome. Guys, stop saying that I'm going to put stickers up on my... I already said there will never be balls anywhere near the back of my truck, ever. Although I think it does have a trailer hitch.
Well,
Has
that's
a
nice.
hitch package.
Good to know.
So I can start hauling or what do you call it? Towing things. And then I will never have that stupid little Calvin pissing on another truck company's logo
Well, just
or
like
any sort of
Calvin
logo.
pissing into a toilet.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
I'm not
or
doing that
urinal.
either.
No,
There's none of nothing.
You're not a bathroom
No,
fan.
it's the only thing. If we get Maddie, will our Edmonton Sports Talk decals, could they go on vehicles? Are we doing
That's
that?
what they're meant for.
They're meant to go on vehicles.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get done here.
Yeah. Is that what you sent me that I have to order?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry about
those
that. I
would
saw
be.
an email yesterday.
No,
I
no,
haven't
no.
done it yet.
I just sent it to you to take a look and that
okay.
put the order in. But there'd be stickers that we have, and then decals, which are
four vehicles.
well, there's the clear stickers.
Yeah.
They're meant for things like windows.
And what are we, like this big?
4x4, 4 inches by 4
4x4.
inches.
Which makes sense because I have a 4x4 now, right? So it works out really well.
We could get you a bigger one.
I want an 8x8.
We could probably go bigger.
Yeah. Anyway, that might go on the back windshield, the two corners of the back windshield, maybe. But we're gonna have decals, so you can throw that on your vehicle and support us as well. So that's really nice. Penner's Pancakes is in and says, "Why not have some guests from Seductions on the Hangout? A little cross promotion." I would like to know, curiously, if Seductions has seen a bump since we moved in. Like, we know from our clients telling us, people are talking about our clients. Like, it's working. Like, advertising on an online radio station works.
But somebody went in looking for the hockey special because they heard
Well,
it on the
that's what I
Nielson
mean.
show.
Like, have Seductions sales gone up 10 to 15% since we moved in across the street and started talking about them? And I know nobody will ever admit to it. But I guarantee their web traffic is up.
Oh, I've gone there a
100%.
couple times when we've talked about it, and
Yeah, but I know some people are like, well, I'll just check it out.
we're
I'll
all
just check
checking it out.
Do
Once
I
we've
go in
talked
today
about
with
it,
the mask?
Yeah. Yeah,
I think I
should
could,
go
eh?
with the mask.
Hello, one please.
Murray McCourt still comes downstairs for his Russian massages.
yeah, he was here last week.
Yeah.
When you guys were all gone.
But now, every second week, he's also popping into Seductions.
Why not?
I mean,
Yeah.
no, we can't judge you.
Yeah,
Right? It's your life. Who would we be to judge when we're sitting here plugging the hell out of them all the
you
time?
do whatever
right?
you want with your money.
Yeah.
Although it's also would just make sense as to why their sign is all of a sudden conveniently down.
Yeah, because they're getting
Because
so
we've
much-
put so much extra
getting so
attention
much
on
hype
them.
now, they have
And
to
they're
take
going,
it
oh,
off.
geez, what's going on? We don't need
Yeah.
this.
No, I guarantee.
We've ruined a business.
guarantee they've seen the Nielsen show, the Evanston Sports Talk bump. Had to have. Shane in a vac truck says, Dusty, I have a whole bunch of boxes in my garage. Can you help me take them in? Now that you're a truck guy, I expect a lot of these questions. It's not happening. I've already laid it out. I'm not helping people with stuff in this truck. It's just,
Are you good at saying
I don't
no?
want to be a dick, but
Are you good at saying no?
no, but I
Okay, so people, that's a good.
No.
People are gonna ask you.
I'm
and
gonna
if
have to learn how to say no.
you- Okay, well, good luck
'Cause
with that.
I'm not becoming friendly truck guy. It's
I
not
say we-
happening.
Someone's in need. and
I'm
they
becoming
need a
prick
truck.
truck guy.
I
you're
say we
gonna-
test this out.
Yeah, you're the only guy that has a truck. If somebody's in dire need of a truck, you're just gonna stand there and, you see somebody drowning, you're gonna help them. If somebody needs a truck or hauling,
Like,
you're
if
gonna-
somebody's drowning next to the truck, I'll get out and try to help him. But I'm not picking him up and putting him in the back of the truck and driving him somewhere.
No, but branches,
No, I'm not hauling other people's branches.
garbage, recycling, stuff like
Technically,
that.
I don't even really want to put my branches in the back of this truck.
You could even do like a little bit of a, like a Dustin and Son moving. You and Marshall on the weekends could kind of
I can tell Tam,
couple
hey,
orders.
decided to start something else.
a little something on the side, Dustin,
Yeah, Marshall and the Mud's moving.
Yeah.
Where I just drive them, but they're in charge
Yeah.
of moving and loading up the truck
Not
and
big items or anything.
and everything. Yeah. Morning. Did anyone see Jack Campbell's Halloween costume? Classic. No, I did not. And I don't know why it's classic because you didn't tell us what it was.
Let me guess.
What do you think? A soup can. Please tell me he went as a Campbell's soup
Giant
can.
steak.
That would be pretty good. Like Dan says, truck rule number 1. You got to help people move stuff. I've never asked anybody with a truck to help me do anything.
That's on you.
It's not on me.
Should have asked.
I don't like what do you call it? Infringing on people or whatever it is. No, I'm not helping people. This is my truck. I'm going to drive my family around and haul things that I need hauled.
That's it.
That's it. Now, if we were to need to haul something from here to go somewhere, sure. That makes sense. But I'm not.
Well, then it's a
planning-
business use. You can write off the gas.
The whole thing's going to be
Right?
a scam
That's
job,
all
right?
right
So-
off. Oh.
Leon did United.
Is there a player? Is he Georgie Best?
Wait, Leon Draisaitl?
Oh, that's just a video.
Oh, it's Beckham. He dressed up as Beckham.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were doing the dance.
Well done.
Makes sense.
There's I think Jack Campbell. Okay, let me get this up there.
Wow. Who is that guy?
Rotten
He looks like a famous. We're going to bring that up. We're going to bring that up on the screen. I can't tell who it is. Lieutenant Eric sounding like Bane light in that mask.
Oh, Kevin Starrett, indeed.
Okay, who's this Jack Campbell costume? We're going to bring it up on the screen. There we go. I feel like we should know who this is.
Well, was it Harry Potter? There's got to be some sort of Potter universe.
Oh, maybe it's all Harry.
Maybe.
It looks like there's Gandalf there. You know, with 2 wins, these guys probably shouldn't have been putting this much time into their costumes. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm loving Leon.
Of course you are.
he just put on a
Loving Leon.
Manchester United kit, and that was it.
Damn right.
It's not that great.
He
knows
doesn't,
better.
he doesn't have a tattoo sleeve.
Hey, you
That's
want
fake
to
too,
take
right?
a
That's
you want Leon's reputation, the city, to take a hit? Leon Draisaitl dressed up like a soccer player for Halloween.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Wimp sport.
yeah.
Or this just creates the extra buzz for soccer in the city. Leon does no wrong.
You think that's what ends up happening? Stubaka in this morning. Would you move something for your buddy's suits, Dusty?
Haha, no, here we're talking. No,
First of all, my good buddy Suits
good friend.
welcomed me to the truck club this weekend. He has his own truck. He would not require me to help him move because we're in the truck fraternity now.
Okay, that's let's say he calls you and goes, Dusty, look, I've got this package I need moved from Edmonton from this place to this place. I need
in
someone with a
Edmonton.
truck to do it. Can you go do it for me?
Well, since we are best friends, yes, I would help out my best friend in that situation.
So you, as truck guy, you would help out
My best friend.
Okay.
Not some stranger or like a neighbor or somebody who's like, hey, you want to help me do this?
You should text him and see what's the etiquette for truck guy.
What do you mean? You want me to text my good friend?
Yeah, like if you're such good friends, you
what
could
if
just
he
text
helped?
him.
Well, first of all, I would
And-
never wake up my good
No,
friend
I'm
at 5:30
saying,
Pacific
yeah,
time.
no, a little later you could text him. But I think if you're such good friends, you could ask him like, hey, just looking for some ice, best friend. As truck guy, what are the rules? If somebody asks for help, do I help?
I'll text him that.
Yeah.
What, do you think I can't text Suits that?
I just don't know. I just wonder if you'd get his opinion.
I'll gladly text Suit
I
this.
think a good friend, too, would appreciate a text at any time of the day, whether it's early morning or late at night.
No, it's too early. You can't do that. You can't do that to your good friends.
If you're a
Just
good
can't do
friend,
it.
he would understand. You're looking for advice.
He's probably up watching or listening to the show because we're such
Has
good
he ever
buddies.
watched the show?
Good question, Matthew.
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Have you asked? Like, have you said, like, hey, have you seen what we're doing?
He asked me about the show and stuff.
He's asked, but
He's aware of the show.
He's
That's-
aware it exists.
Yeah, he's aware of the show.
Because, well, he's around you. I'm hoping you talk about it a little
here's
bit.
Here's
though.
what I'm going to do for you guys. This is for you two guys
Okay.
this week. What's happening this week in the Canadian Football League?
Well, it's playoffs.
It's playoff time.
Yes.
And you know what you do in playoff time? You get your good friends on your show to set up the game that you'll be working together as buddies. Glenn Suter on this show this week.
No, it won't happen.
Won't happen. What are you talking about won't happen?
Why hasn't it been done yet?
Well, because we haven't really needed it. Now it's playoff time. Let's bring in Suits to set up the
You're going to ask your good friend to join early?
Yeah,
During the busiest time, arguably, of the season.
he will join us.
Video?
If I can't deliver, yeah, probably video.
Not probably like.
Wait, it doesn't matter. Friends talk on phones too. Like, we will deliver Suits this week, and we will talk about our friendship on the show with you guys right here watching. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We got an update coming up. Then we're gonna dive into. Oh man, I should have done this. Rusty Shackelford's in and says, "Dusty, did you listen to Pickup Man as you drove it off the lot?" No, I didn't. Damn, I'm gonna have to listen to that today.
Somebody
driving
also
around.
asking for EST branded truck decals. Fogel drives a truck.
You want that whole
Fogel
thing?
drives a truck, yeah.
Just Fogel drives one.
Yeah.
You're, you're already in the truck,
Yeah,
right? You just
yeah.
need the Fogel drives one thing. I do have sitting right here on the Monster Mash, man. We'll get to that coming up. That's sitting here. I got that locked and loaded on YouTube and ready to go. Speaking of YouTube, 5,000 subs. Let's go. We hit it to celebrate. Pick a number, any number, and we'll take you inside the old vault and see what we can come up with today. Any number between 1 and 32,000. Maddie, what was the hand up for?
I just have a question that has come into the nasty chat that I think is a great
Is
question.
this about Suits?
Yes.
Oh, my good buddy.
Christopher Morris asks, is Suits even a sub here?
I'm not sure Suits even has a YouTube account, boys. Suits
I think
is in his 60s.
if you were such best friends, he would do something to help you out.
He'd create an account.
You could have grabbed the phone and clicked like and all of that and
For
subscribe.
all I know, he does have an account already. We can't confirm that one way or the other until we have my good friend on the show.
I'm just saying.
Suitor, identify yourself if you are in the nasty chat.
VR Montenegro is in and says Dusty and Suits friendship debate is the best. It's not a debate. There's no friendship debate. We're friends. We ended up having a bunch of beverages after the last game because we're buddies. Don't even, Maddie.
So work drinks.
Not work drinks. It's post-work drinks. We're already done the
On
work.
the clock.
We're already done the work, right? So he could have gone to his room and I could have gone to
So
my
it's like
room.
a lot of people that go like, hey, it's Friday. Let's
And then
head out
York
for
was there,
drinks.
Yeah, but so do you go out for work drinks after with people you don't like? No, you go out with your friends.
Well, sometimes it's just a group and you're.
With York, it's a group. They're all kind of together. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like when you're so small, it's hard to exclude someone. So like him and Britt and the rest of the crew want to go out and like, oh, I guess we got to invite Dusty.
I didn't say it.
Sports update.
The LA Clippers have acquired 10-time All-Star guard James Harden in an overnight blockbuster deal with Philly. Sixers sending Harden, PJ Tucker, and Philip Petrusev to the Clippers for Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Nick Batum, and KJ Martin, and a couple picks. Raptors dropped one last night to Portland, 99-91. Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam each with 20 points. 3 games around the association tonight. Over to hockey, where the Coyotes smoked Chicago 8-1. Vegas, they stay perfect as they top Montreal in the shootout 3-2. Jets falling in overtime to the Rangers 3-2. Kraken over the Lightning in overtime 4-3 down in Tampa. And the Stars with a 5-3 win over Columbus. Kings visit the Leafs, while the Canucks host the Preds in just 2 games around the league tonight. Oilers idle until Thursday when they welcome in the Dallas Stars. Detroit Lions, 152 yards and a touchdown from Jahmyr Gibbs. They go on to improve to 6-2 with a 26-14 win over the Raiders. You can join me Thursday night at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge when the Titans visit the Steelers. It'll be your next chance to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to LA to catch the Rams and Browns. In World Series action last night saw the Rangers grab a 2-1 lead over the Diamondbacks with a 3-1 win down in Phoenix. Rangers losing Adolis Garcia and Max Scherzer to injury as well. Game 4 tonight back at Chase Field. First pitch, 6:03.
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
.635 with the Nielsen Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Man, is it possible to bump these things up a little bit more? Or are they maxed right now? Let's see here. Did that do anything? I don't think it did anything. I can't even really hear myself in the headphones anymore.
You're completely maxed.
They're completely maxed?
Yeah. Let me see if I can do something.
I think Fergie's prostate is right, and we got to go full-blown heads.
No, because
whatever
you're-
happened, what'd you just do? Ah! Trevor Lawrence!
I didn't
The
do
investment! Thanks,
I
buddy.
didn't do anything.
Get a couple DBs up in you. Maybe I just pushed them in more. I don't know.
Okay, I could do one more thing. Take them out.
Take them out. What are you gonna do here? Mr. Lean is messing around here.
Okay, how's that? Oh.
It
that's
sounds
not
way
good.
better. I like that.
Oh, I hear a little buzz.
You hear buzz? How's it sound for everybody else? I like that right now. Rick, put your phones back in. Did you do it with Rick's too?
It's the board.
It's the board that you're
I'm
messing
not-
around with. Let's see.
Somebody's got to speak for Eric to hear.
Rick, what do you think?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. There we
very
go.
good. Crystal
Oh,
clear.
we're on fire now. We're on fire now.
Do you need your headphones up or down, though? Because you're completely maxed still.
Oh, no, I like the way it sounds right
Mine
now.
are perfect.
I really like it. Yeah, we're good now.
Well, don't get any deafer.
We should all do a good old ear cleaning. Hey, all of us, we should go down and get them all rinsed out.
Alan says, I guess Suits kind of sounds like your friend. Oh, yeah. Can you pick up a mattress and take it to the dump for me? Yeah, we're buddies. One time, Have I told you guys the time Tam and I we basically paid a guy to move his mattress for him? This was awful. So we're looking for a mattress. This is when we first started living together in Fort Mac. So we go to buy this mattress, and this guy was a pretty cheap deal. But we look at it, and it wasn't great. But I didn't want to say no because we drove out there. The guy had been waiting for us. So I was just like, we'll take it. So actually, you know what the weird thing is I borrowed a buddy's truck to actually haul this mattress. But I didn't think about that.
I thought you said you'd never done that.
No, I guess this one time I did borrow a buddy's truck. Actually, no. I had used the station truck. That's what it was. I didn't have any friends up in Fort Mac. So it was the station truck. I went and got the station truck. And so we loaded this mattress in. We're driving back into Fort Mac because it was a little bit outside of Fort Mac. And Tammy's like, we can't sleep on this mattress. It's garbage. So we just turned around and took it directly to the dump. So we paid this guy like $200 for this mattress and then drove it to the dump for him and just took the loss. Because I didn't want to be like, no, sorry, we don't want it. So yeah, I guess I really don't know how to say no to people. So we'll see how this
That's when Coleman was moving out of our place, and he had to get rid of a bed, and then he bought 2 more. Same day.
Really?
They like stole a girl's mattress.
Yeah. We're moving out.
While you guys were moving out too, like he took a day in the truck to go steal someone's mattress,
Bring
basically.
more stuff into the house. All right.
You're really riding it out with this mask.
First hour.
First hour.
I'm doing the first hour. It's Halloween.
Yeah. No, that's good. This wig is getting major itchy on my head.
If we can do the first hour, then we can kind of,
I feel great.
de-roll.
Well, you didn't dress up. Who doesn't dress up on Halloween? How did you not go get a bald cap
What a Grinch.
and dress up in a white T-shirt as Mr. Lean today? Like, that would have been
With a
automatic.
cigarette hanging out of the mouth.
There's no.
I think that. By the way,
If I get the ball cap, I'm going to be doing a costume that won't be.
Yeah,
good.
no, I know what you're thinking. By the way, we did hit it yesterday. Mr. Lean came through. The Warriors rolled, and Sam Laporta crushed the 3.5 that we moved it down to. It was a nice little like plus 235 cash over a cool bet. So we'll try to hit that again a little bit later on as well. I did say that we would dive inside the vault today to celebrate 5,000 subs on YouTube. Once again, thank you to everybody. Maybe Glenn Suter's one of those subs. Maybe he's not. I mean, we'll have to get to it at some point. But Craig Button and Gager are going to pop by. Let's see here. So people text in number 780-218-9999. Oh, by the way, Jimmy, look at Jimmy. He goes, if you charge those drinks to the TSN business card, it's a work thing. And well, then I will gladly say that I didn't charge them to my Bell Media credit card. So I guess it was a friendship thing instead, which is nice. That's nice to see. Dusty, has he been to your house for a barbecue? No, he's not been to my house for a barbecue, but I've been to his house like 5 times for a barbecue. So if that's what you're gauging friendship on, then you're missing out because that's what it is. All right, let's see here. Hey, should we look for number 5,000? Because we hit 5,000?
That'd be nice.
Hammer the
This
thumbs
would be
up
the day
too.
to do
Let's
it.
just take a little peek-see here. Let's see if I can find clip 5,000 in the vault throwback. Should be able to track it down. Hey, how was the crowd last night at Century Casino? Up to no good again?
Up to no good, not without controversy, but congratulations to Trevor Savage for another big win.
Not without controversy.
I had the loaded potato skins, stuffed loaded potato skins, and the jalapeno, bacon-wrapped jalapeno poppers.
Well, that's a nice little. So that would be 2
plates.
items. Yeah.
2 plates.
And
Oh,
it
good.
did the job.
Did the job.
Filled you up nicely.
got it.
All right, boys, we got a $4.99, $49.99, or a 5,002. What should we go with?
Well, what are we at subs-wise?
We're at 5,000.
Dead on,
Probably
or-
just over 5,000, I would
Well, so
think.
then I would go 502.
Okay, let's go 5,000.
We're 5,006 right now.
5,000. Looks like it. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. I mean, let's let it load, and we'll dive into the retro vault. We've hit some really, like, if this ends up being the Monster Mash, that would be one of the most bizarre things of all time. It's taking forever to load. Are we having network issues? Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Let's. It is 40 seconds. This is clip number 5,002 from the Retro Vault.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt
That's it.
Let me love you, he says hoarsely.
What?
Yes, I answer.
What?
And turning, he hauls me into his arms, his lips seeking mine, beseeching me, worshiping me, cherishing me, loving me.
The Halloween miracle.
Wow.
Do you remember that happening ever?
Why?
Oh my
Why?
God. Let's make a note. Possible sound of the day. Rick Pinter. Was that a Who Said It Better?
Can we?
Can we listen? Let's listen to the words one more time. I got so
was
off
lost
track
in
with the. Here we are. Let's listen to this one more time here.
Let me love you, he says hoarsely. Yes, I answer. And turning, he hauls me into his arms, his lips seeking mine, beseeching me, worshiping me, cherishing me, loving me.
Okay, that's from something. I think this was a Who Said It Better, which means we might be in the area. Those 5,000 area clips might be all the Who Said It Betters from Pinter.
I'm looking at a quote by E.L. James, 50 Shades Darker.
Ah, okay, so that comes from 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that would be...
That would make sense.
And I don't know why we went down that road, but...
Yeah, well,
Right,
I mean, I don't know why we did a lot of things.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe that's why they killed the station. Dan says, WTF, what were you guys doing at the old station? No wonder you guys got fired. Kevin Starrett, what is Pinter Erotica for 500, please?
Pinter porn.
Yeah, I did. Not in a million years would I have thought that's what would have popped up today.
I mean, we were good with just the remake of the...
Yeah, I
And
was
then
just
he
like, oh,
pops
cool.
in there.
What is that? And then all of a sudden, Pinter comes in out of nowhere, not
Red
with the
hot.
right, but with the left hand. Absolutely incredible. So that's nice. I like that a lot. I see people already throwing in their advice. We'll get to the advice coming up a little bit later on today. Or no, that advice is on Wednesday. We got confessions today. We are looking for confessions today, and we got a few good confessions rolling in as well. All right, Monday Night Football last night. The Detroit Lions look really good.
Yes.
Now, they look really good, but at the same time, somewhat frustrating. I did think the fumbled ball there, I don't know how that guy's not down. How's Reynolds not down? He's literally under the pile when Crosby reaches down into the pile and pulls the ball out. Horrible ruling on the field. I think all they did was like, well, the Raiders had the ball in the end, so I guess it's a fumble. And then on the replay, there was never anything clear either way, but he was buried under the pile. It was bloody ridiculous. But Jared Goff picked his way through the Raiders last night. And then Devontae Adams after the game basically said, I don't know. I don't know what to say right now that won't get spun in the media. I am sure a few teams are making a phone call this morning to the Raiders just to pick their brain a little bit on what might end up happening with Devontae Adams.
One catch, 11 yards.
Yeah, and it should have had about 160 yards because twice he was in behind the defense, absolutely wide open, and Jimmy Garoppolo was just a bag of you-know-what last night. He was horrendous.
He's an NFL quarterback.
Maybe.
10 of 21, 126, and a pick.
Horrible night. Absolutely horrendous night. They couldn't get anything going. The only drive that they had any sort of success with was when they got Josh Jacobs going on the ground, and then they never really went back to that. So the Raiders are an absolute mess. The Detroit Lions will take the dub and continue to cruise along. And I love sitting back watching these broadcasts and them talking about Detroit like an actual legitimate Super Bowl
Well, and even
contender.
the fans there. I mean, everybody having a good time. Home game, prime time, close to 500 yards of offense. I mean, you're feeling good. You're not scared of American Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like at one point it was like 480 yards to 160 yards or something like that. Like they absolutely dominated every aspect of that football game last night. Jahmyr Gibbs finally unleashed by Dan Campbell last night. And boy, Gibbs is little. He's like the Rudy thing. He's so little. He's so little.
Small guy.
But man, he's dynamic, isn't he?
Yep.
And I'm a David Montgomery fantasy owner in a couple of leagues. He's been banged up. I do think when Montgomery gets back, it's not like all of a sudden Gibbs is a 3-down back and they're going to go to Gibbs all the
You have
time.
a nice little issue percolating here in your backfield.
You
with
think?
all of that. Well, yeah. Exactly. Eh?
Two really good options. Even Reynolds ran the ball relatively well last night as well. So a nice convincing win there for the Detroit Lions. Maddie, did you watch the Lakers game at all last night?
I threw it on for a little bit. I didn't watch full of it. I didn't watch the whole game.
Came back, won a tight one.
It's early in the season. It's NBA. It's
2-2. They played probably the three best teams in the West. And then last night, they should have beat Orlando a little bit more handily than they did. It was a busy night in the NBA last night for sure. There's a lot going on. Steph had one of those nights. Like, Steph was just going last night. As much as Steph has pissed me off over the years, it is quite something to just sit back and I think they say, let him cook. Watch him cook. And my goodness, he was cooking last night. Texas Rangers end up winning Game 3 of the World Series. The Texas Rangers are still unbeaten on the road in the playoffs. They are 9-0 and one of the all-time great road runs in any sport. It's ridiculous what they're doing right now.
I was keeping track of the score and not watching this too intently at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, but a few injuries to the Rangers as well in that win. But Game 4 tonight back at Chase Field. First pitch, 6:03. I don't know, like a Scherzer injury right now too. You're getting through this series.
Trying to grind it out.
It's not one of those things where you're...
It's a war of attrition.
Yeah, I don't know how many more appearances. The Adolis Garcia injury, that's good. But, you mentioned that road record, and that's something to look on. And when you have a manager like Bochy as well leading everything, it's very encouraging. I like this World Series, and I think I like it because nobody else likes it.
That's why you like it. Are you hipstering the
I don't
World
mind
Series
it.
right now?
I don't mind
You're
it.
a World Series hipster.
You can have good stories for both of these teams. I know they're not the Broadways and the LAs, but... this is what you get.
If you thought that the Texas Rangers were going to lose on a day that Creed announces a tour, that's on you. That's a mistake that you made. And if you think they're going to lose today on a Creed Tuesday, that's a mistake you've made as well. The Creed resurgence has been quite the scene right now. So much so that Scott Stapp is still off of Cameo. And we can't get him to voice anything for the show, which is makes me a little bit sad.
Got to keep those pipes golden.
Makes me just a little bit sad. So, yeah, we'll get into a blockbuster trade in the NBA as well here because the NBA does it like nobody else is essentially even capable of doing it. So we'll go there as well. NHL action last night. Arizona pumped the Chicago Blackhawks 8-1. Florida was up 2-0. Boston Bruins come back. Jack Edwards was classic last night on the overtime call right at the end of it. You see what he said? Throw the cat off the cliff. Florida Panther being a cat and then obviously killing it in overtime. Could have done it like my grandpa would do back on the farm in the day and drown those little kitties, but instead they wanted him to throw it off a cliff. And I guess that's what happened last night. Busy night in the NHL. Anything else of significance
Vegas
in the division?
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, they have the one shootout loss?
Sure, yeah.
Or overtime loss, but they're 9-0-1. I threw this out there last night. All of a sudden, nobody cares about winning the division. I pointed out last night that the Oilers are 14 points back of the Golden Knights for top spot in the division. And I had a bunch of people reply and be like, you don't really need to win the division. Why do you want the division? Well, then why in the world was everybody talking at the beginning of the year that, man, it'd be really nice to win the division, finish first in the Pacific, not have to play whoever, LA or Vegas, in second and third. So, yes, the division is important. It's very disappointing that they're 14 points back. It'll be extremely difficult to track down that 14 points. It's not like this is a Detroit that you're trying to track down where you're expecting Detroit to kind of come back to the pack. Now, Vegas will come back to the pack a bit. They're not going to get 19 out of 20 possible points the entire way this season.
Two games in hand.
But it's still a lot to overcome. Like, they've got to play some really good hockey just to make up for what Vegas has already done. So I didn't have a lot of time for people sliding in last night with the replies being like, why do they need to win the division? Now, there's a reason that you want to finish first so you can avoid the second or third best team in the first round. And in critical games where maybe the series is on the line, you get to play them in your own barn. So let's not all of a sudden pretend that finishing higher in the standings doesn't matter. So somebody, just get into the playoffs. They say. Somebody replied last night and said, you don't have to win the division to win the cup, which is true, but Vegas won the cup last year, had won the division. Colorado won the cup the year before. They had won their division. I think the years that Tampa won the Stanley Cup, I think they might have won their division, but I have to double check on that one. But I feel like your odds are increased of winning the Stanley Cup if you do, in fact, have a team that can win a division. But maybe I'm wrong on that one. Chris with a K checking in. Did James Harden get the Goonies treatment from the LA Clippers. Ah, yes, the Clippers to James Harden after the blockbuster last night.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you. I love you, Chuck. Oh, I love you, son.
The association, hey? Go to sleep last night. When did I go to bed? I went to bed.
They don't
I guess
care
I was
what
up pretty
time
late.
you go to bed. They're going to be making
Yeah,
deals.
I woke up this morning. I was like, how did this deal go down in the middle of the night? But this is the most Los Angeles Clippers move that you could have possibly made. Like, I feel like the Clippers are sitting around in the office going, what is the most ridiculous thing we can possibly do right now? And then they said, oh, I know. Trade for James Harden to put him with another group of guys where it hasn't been able to work just yet.
I saw a tweet about Harden and Westbrook reuniting. It's like those people who remain single, and if they're single in their 40s, they just get married.
That's what
because
it is?
why not, you know? Now's the time.
I like that one. Did somebody just come in? I thought I heard something out there. The Sixers are getting Marcus Morris, Nick Batum, Robert Covington, KJ Martin, multiple draft picks, and a pick swap for James Harden, PJ Tucker, and Philip Petrusev. Now, the Clippers are sending the picks are a 2028 unprotected first rounder, 2 second-round picks, and a pick swap. The Clippers are also routing the 76ers an additional future first-round pick from a third team. So James Harden comes in and joins Kawhi and joins Paul George and joins Russell Westbrook. And how does this end up? I mean, you could make a case that, like, 4 years ago, this is a big four. Now I just look at it, and being a player coach myself and Jackie Moon today, I don't know if there's enough basketballs to go around for this group. I feel like this ends in disaster. Maybe it goes the other way, and this is the greatest move ever, and it ends in a championship. But nothing about the history of these guys makes you think that's going to happen.
On a team like the Clippers as well. I just don't see it. But should be entertaining. This is like got a Brooklyn Nets feel to it. You can see what's going to happen. We just don't know the details of it. Sit back and enjoy.
The Clippers and Harden thing of two people being single in their 40s and just being like, all right, I guess it's us.
Yeah.
That does actually make sense. Mr. Lean, what do you think of this? What do you think of the Clippers going out and bringing in James Harden? Is this not the most Clippers thing ever that you can do? Or is it brilliant? They gave up a bunch.
I guess we got to see how it fully plays out. But you've got a traditional player who doesn't produce in the playoffs going to a franchise that historically doesn't produce in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Match made in heaven, you know?
Something's got to give.
They'll keep failing in the playoffs. Look, if they're healthy, Kawhi, Paul George with Harden, it's a good trio, I would think.
And then what? Westbrook just comes in and ruins everything for you?
He did well with them last year. He
Yeah,
wasn't West with the Lakers when he went to the Clippers.
No, but
throwing up bricks and all of that.
now you've got Harden in there as well. There's like, that is too many egos, man. It just is. Like, if somehow they can make that work and pull the right strings and keep everybody happy and manage the time off for Kawhi and the time off for Paul George and everybody hits and it's firing on all cylinders come playoff time, then maybe they have enough to overload. Now their overall team depth has taken a significant hit, as it does when you try to load up with a fourth big piece. But the history of all these guys outside of Kawhi in Toronto one time, and then obviously he was a part of some championships early in his career with the Spurs as well. Westbrook, Paul George, and James Harden aren't that dude. So maybe Kawhi can be sort of the driving piece for all of them to make it work. Do you think like deals like this just must be like logistically impossible due to the CBAs in Major League Baseball, the NFL, and the National Hockey League, right? Like that has to be what this is. Because the NBA just pulls off blockbuster after blockbuster after blockbuster, and none of the other leagues come within a sniff of it at any point, any time. So I feel like the way the NBA CBA is set up is what leads to these deals.
Well, also you have GMs that aren't afraid to make changes and make moves.
So why
Like,
is that? Because in
I don't
basketball,
know.
one player can make such a significant impact as opposed to the other three
There's
sports.
also part of it is the players have such power, and they've recognized the power that they have.
Hersey chimes in, Paris Jewelers inbox, I hate the NBA for letting these guys dictate trades. Would you like to see that in the NHL? If this type of thing happened in hockey, or I guess whatever sport.
I would love to see these types of blockbusters happen in hockey. I understand where Hersey's coming from, saying James Harden's a crybaby and a whiner and basically gets to dictate where he goes, and he wanted to go to the Clippers, and he ends up going to the Clippers. So I can see why that would frustrate you. But can you imagine the country of Canada this morning if we woke up and there was a trade of this magnitude that went down between the Edmonton Oilers and name a team? Like, it would be insane. But I think with the way that the cap structured, and maybe Maddie's right, maybe NBA GMs just have bigger balls than everybody else and are willing to go out and pull the trigger on something like this and basically throw away your entire future to take a run at it.
You also don't have players that are willing to just sit out in the NHL. The NBA, they're willing to just sit out if they don't get their way.
Until they get something.
They have such power. They run that league.
Well, that's why, like the Clippers, you're sitting here looking at a guy in James Harden who refused to show up to camp, rolled in on the day of game one, thinking he was just going to join the team, and they're like, no, man, you're not just joining the team right now. Why would you want to bring that into your organization?
Because you haven't won.
Yeah, but this is not prime James Harden. This is now he's not washed. James Harden can still go off. But you're not trading for 25 or 26-year-old James Harden. You're trading for the last of what's left of James Harden. So, I don't know, man.
Because they've never won.
So
They've never been to a final.
The desperation plea to try to get it done one more time.
They're a nothing team in LA, so it doesn't really matter.
It's the Harden gif of his eyes when he slides.
Yeah,
that's what you kind of think about this whole deal.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right. I like the guy who texted and says, Eric, you sound muffled compared to the other two.
No, I understand that a lot of people just listen to the show still as well. I am wearing a Halloween mask, and it'll be coming off at the top of the hour.
I was wondering if you'd broke your jaw or something. Had to check the YouTube stream. Props for doing a show when you talk for 3 hours behind a plastic mask. He's not going to go the full 3 hours.
I can't. It's cutting my eyes.
Yeah, it's a difficult one today for him. But he's grinded it out here for quite some time. Tube Socks is in and says, Harden equals glue guy? Harden is the exact opposite definition of glue guy. I don't think, in all of the history of sports, could you find less of a glue guy than James Harden? Right? How many teams have tried to make it work with James Harden, and it just fails over and over and over and over again? The doc is in and says, was listening on TuneIn on the way to work and couldn't wait to see what LTE was wearing that muffled his voice like that. 10 out of 10. Whoa! I didn't see you switch it up.
Give me a banana.
I didn't see you switch it up.
Wasn't that quick?
Oh, my God, you sneaky bugger.
A little more understandable, I guess. It doesn't hurt as much.
All right.
Stinks in here, though.
Now,
This'll be it. Yeah.
Now he's wearing, what is this, like a Planet of the Apes mask?
This is the old go-to, the old gorilla mask. Yeah, you can wear this.
Well, you
any
sound
day
much
of the
better
year.
now.
Yeah, it's a little more clear, but
this
can be any day of the year. You can wear this whenever. It's got a bit of a fold in it, but
I didn't see
I want the full suit.
I didn't see you make the switch, man. You scared the crap out of me. That was well done. I don't know how I missed that. I guess I was ranting on James Harden. Look, we can't wrap up the 6 o'clock hour on a Halloween without diving into a little bit of this, right? We got to hit this. This is tradition right here.
I hope you're ready. I hope you're
I was working in lab late one night when my eyes saw early sight. For my master, his lab, suddenly to my surprise, he did a master mash. He did a master mash. It got a flash. From my laboratory in a castle east, and I see my mama sitting over there my feet, and it goes in the box for me now. Woo! In the box of black toys. They did the box of mash. They did the box of mash. They they did a bus match.
Hey, they did the welcome match.
Oh, they did a bus match.
Oh, man. If you are ranking, and think how much television we have seen in the history of TV, that has to be a top 10 all-time what-the-hell moment in television history, doesn't it?
Could be top 5.
You think so?
I'd
right up at
put
the
it
top,
top
eh?
five.
My goodness.
Like I think O.J. Chase.
O.J. Chase is right up there.
Yeah.
Bobby Brown, Mike Tyson, Monster Mash, right up there as well.
You know something? Gupo
Name
dressed
another
as the
one.
Hulk post game last night. I think that would be up there as well.
All right, let's get to a sports rewind with Lieutenant Eric. And then Craig Button is going to pop by. We'll take a rip around the hockey clubs in Canada and see where these organizations are at right now. Button's going to pop by in about 5 minutes' time. Don't go anywhere. I still want to get to a really nice year for the Canadian Football League. I wanted to get to in the 6 o'clock hour. Didn't get to it. We'll definitely get into that. TV movie coach draft, too. We got to set that up as well. Lock in how many rounds we're going to go with. That'll be happening tomorrow morning on the Hangout first ever EST draft. Looking forward to that. Right now, a Universal Sports Rewind with Lieutenant Eric.
We got a blockbuster. The LA Clippers acquiring 10-time All-Star guard James Harden in an overnight deal with the 76ers. Sixers sending Harden, PJ Tucker, and Philip Petrusev to the Clippers for Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Nick Batum, KJ Martin, and multiple picks. Raptors dropping one to Portland last night, 99-91. 3 games around the association later tonight. Over to the NHL, Vegas. They topped Montreal in the shootout 3-2. Coyotes smoked Chicago 8-1. Jets falling in overtime 3-2 to the Rangers. And the Stars with a 5-3 win over Columbus. Kings visit the Leafs tonight while the Canucks host the Preds in just 2 games around the league. Oilers welcome in Dallas on Thursday. Detroit Lions, 152 yards and a touchdown from Jahmyr Gibbs. They go on to improve to 6-2 with a 26-14 win over the Raiders. You can join me Thursday night at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. When the Titans visit the Steelers, it'll be your next chance to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to LA to catch the Rams and Browns. Texas Rangers grabbing a 2-1 World Series lead over the Diamondbacks with a 3-1 win last night from Phoenix. Rangers losing Adolis Garcia and Max Scherzer to injury as well. Game 4 tonight back at Chase Field. First pitch 6:03. Sports update brought to you by Universal Rewind, reminding you that regular motor maintenance will prevent costly downtime. Contact them today to learn more about their motor maintenance services. Choose experience, expertise, and quality. Choose Universal Rewind.
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
All right, here we go. Show continues to roll along. Thank you very much for joining us. It is the Nielsen Show coming at you straight from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. If you want to spice things up a little bit on Halloween, ghost pepper chicken sandwich, game changer on the menu at all Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen locations. DoorDash, Skip the Dishes, and Uber Eats. If you don't want to go out tonight, you want to order in as you're hunkering down for all the trick-or-treaters.
That's the
We
play.
divided up, we didn't do it. My wife and the Muzz did it last night. Dish out the little baggies, so put like 4 little treats in each like a little Ziploc. Kind of like the COVID Halloween, so everybody doesn't have to be digging in the bowl.
Every kid?
So, yeah, each little kid gets a little plastic bag. Well, we only get like 50 to 60 kids.
Okay.
Plus, we're out most of the night with our own kids. So we kind of just leave the bags on the stoops. Unless those, as Marshall calls them, those darn teenagers come by and try to take them all.
Gotta watch 'em.
Marshall's 8 now, and his biggest worry on Halloween is teenagers ruining Halloween in the neighborhood for everybody else. And then Elizabeth goes, I'm going to be a teenager one day. So she's ready to cause trouble. Marshall's he's on the, straight and narrow or straight and narrow? Like, yeah. He's Marshall's going to chaperone the first dance he goes to. Like, that's the type of kid he is. God love him. All right, on the way, we'll come back around to that NBA blockbuster for sure. We do have the TV movie coach draft tomorrow. We will get into that as well. I want to talk a little about the CFL. Attendance is up this year. Ratings are up this year. things are heading in the right direction for that league right now, so we'll get into that a little bit. Right now, we do have Craig Button, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. And if you're looking to get your hands on a number of the different souvenirs coming out of the Heritage Classic, they've got you covered over there at Pro-Am Sports as well. Anytime you need anything to do with the Heritage Classic, you can just get it done with Jack and the crew over at Pro-Am. Mr. Button, how you doing this morning, man?
I am really, really good. Halloween. Is it warm up there in Edmonton? I'm in Vegas, so it's warm here. Kids would love it. Love being in Vegas doing Halloween. But
I've trick or treated on the Strip a few times in Vegas, and it's been pretty good times.
More
man.
tricks and more treats.
Pretty good times down there. It's actually, what is the forecast here today? It's supposed
pretty
to be
fair. 4 degrees, a little cloud, perfect. But yeah,
absolutely perfect. On Halloween.
That's good. That's a good Halloween night in Alberta.
Oh yeah, we couldn't ask for better, man. It's set up extremely well. It's like we couldn't have asked for better weather for the Heritage Classic either. You rolling out to a Heritage Classic, and I mean, for the first period and a half, you probably could have got away with no toque, no gloves. Like it was just a perfect night for Edmonton. It's kind of the game that looks like maybe they get their act together here as well, right, Craig? Like you couldn't ask for more.
Well, and you're not bearing the lead, I know, but like, and McDavid playing, I mean, that was great news. And not just McDavid playing, he was flying. I mean, he looked like there was no ill effects from whatever ailed him and kept him out of a couple of games. But the Oilers looked terrific. And let me just go back to the event. I mean, it was a phenomenal event, and no surprise. I mean, Edmonton does it up. They do so many events, and I think on Sunday it was a beautiful day and just so well attended, and everything that went with it was fabulous. Now I'll go to the game. The Oilers. You talk about finding a level of play that was really important for them to find, and they found it. And if you go through the first 2 periods, if it wasn't for Markstrom, that game is 10-0. It's 10-0 for the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, I'm not going to slag every player on the Flames, but Markstrom was their saving grace, pun intended, because the Flames walked into the Heritage Classic with no shirt, and they walked out with no pants.
Clip it. That's a good one. Craig Button with us on the show this morning. You know what? We'll get into the Flames in just a second. I want to hit on the Canucks and Winnipeg at least as well, and their starts to the season here. For Edmonton, we the way we broke it down yesterday with a few of our guests on the show, Edmonton looked really good. They both pointed out immediately that Calgary's been trashed so far this year. So for Edmonton, they had that big win against Nashville, and you thought, okay, after 2 losses to Vancouver, big win against Nashville, now you're going to get going. Now you beat Calgary, and I think everybody's thinking, okay, here we go again. You got to follow it up, right? They get Dallas. It's not until Thursday. You got to come out and do this again, or else that win against Calgary really doesn't mean squat, does it?
You're exactly right. And they're going to get Dallas on a back-to-back. I mean, Dallas goes into Calgary on Wednesday night. But, Zach Hyman talked about how fast the Oilers played. We played fast, and we were on them, and we made sure that we didn't give them very much. I mean, through the first 2 periods, I mean, Calgary had nothing. And that was a credit. I mean, we can talk about Calgary, and they're not playing well, but that was a credit to the Edmonton Oilers. They didn't give anything to the Calgary Flames, and they kept the pedal to the metal, and even when the Flames, a couple of power play goals, the score got close, but the game never felt close, and the game never felt like it was one of those ones where the Oilers were ever threatened by the Calgary Flames, and I think those are real positive signs. And you're right. Now you build on that, but that's the team that when they skate and they push the pace, and they were tight. They were tight defensively. They didn't give up very much at even strength, and I think that's something you build upon. And sometimes you have to show yourself what you're capable of, and I think that the Oilers did that on Sunday.
Just staying on this topic as well, Craig, and I don't want to take anything away from the Oilers win on Sunday, and that was one of those moments that perhaps you can look at and say, yes, maybe it is a turning point, but if you could just let us know a little bit about this Dallas Stars team coming in here. I mean, the Rangers are coming too off a back-to-back last week, and we all know how that kind of... I'm just, 5-1-1. We know Jake Ottinger. We know, kind of the heavy hitters, I think, right now in the West. Yes, the Oilers did well in that game, but how much of it was the Flames just being that bad, and how much of a difference can Edmonton and fans expect come Thursday night with this Dallas Stars team comes in here?
Dallas is a really good team, and Dallas is another team that doesn't give you very much, and they know how to apply pressure to you. So it's not going to be a situation for the Edmonton Oilers where they're gonna be facing off against a team that's not going to push back and not going to attack you. And that's how they play. This is the Dallas Stars to me, they move into that tier after Vegas and after Colorado of the next group of teams in the West that are really, really good. And so, but again, it's another test. It's another opportunity for the Edmonton Oilers to say, okay, how good can our game be? And you want tests like the Dallas Stars. Probably Sunday was perfect for the Oilers. They're struggling. They face a struggling team, and then they really put forth a really good, complete game. Well, now you get the next test, and you get an opportunity to build on that confidence. But in all, the Dallas Stars are pose a real significant challenge in the Western Conference, and one on Thursday for the Oilers. And again, the Oilers get to say, "Hey, this is where we're at," and a win against Dallas, I think, will really show that the Oilers are back on track, because that's where they ultimately want to be, on track. When you fall behind like they did early in the season, you want to get back on track, and this gives them an opportunity to do exactly that.
TSN analyst Craig Button with us here. If you're listening at Edmonton Sports Soccer on the TuneIn app this morning, let's just go back to Calgary for a second. How concerned should they be? They've made the coaching change. They look like a mess right now. They can't generate anything at even strength. I mean, you've already made that change, so now what do you do, Craig? Now what are you supposed to do?
Well, we can talk about personal accountability, and the players have to, put forth an effort. I mean, I think that goes without saying. I think for Craig Conroy right now, I would say put brakes, put the brakes on. There's been talk about him, signing Hannafin and signing other players. And I get where Craig's at. I mean, you believe in players. You believe in a team that just missed the playoffs last year. But you better see your team as it is. And you best see exactly what's unfolding in front of your eyes. And if I was Craig Conroy, I would put every contract negotiation I have on hold, because I'm not so sure I want to commit to anybody long-term after what I've seen at this point in the season. Because they're confronted now with, last year you missed, last year you hear about Daryl Sutter, and okay, yeah, there was friction and everything. Well, the players talked about a new energy and a new atmosphere. Well, if this is the new energy and the new atmosphere, they better change course. And that starts with Craig Conroy. They may have to entertain the discussion of a rebuild, and people say, oh, rebuilds, that's painful. Yeah, it is. It can't be any more painful than watching what the Flames are doing right now. I mean, it's awful watching what they're doing.
Sometimes, and speaking from experience here in Edmonton, sometimes rebuilds can be a little fun, right? Sometimes rebuilds can be a little bit fun. And they've got some pieces that they can tear down and probably get some significant advantages in a rebuild, because they got some guys with some value there as well. TSN had their power rankings to start the year, and the Vancouver Canucks top all of the Canadian teams with what they've done so far. We saw Vancouver back-to-backs to start the year against the Oilers. Craig, are you buying into what the Canucks are selling right now?
Yeah, slowly. Yeah. When you're 5-2-1 and you've shown some good signs of capability, you don't get. I mean, after 2 games and the Oilers didn't exactly play great, you don't really jump on the bandwagon. But I think that the way that they have found a way to be strong in different areas, not vulnerable in other areas. And it's always been the vulnerability for Vancouver over the course of the last few years that I've been concerned about. And I think that that's one thing that Rick Tocchet is trying to clean up and understand, okay, we don't have to race up and down the ice to score goals just because we're not great defensively. We can manage the game, and we can play in a manner that doesn't create vulnerability. I think they've done a nice job of it. And certainly, being 5-2-1 is a positive for the Vancouver Canucks. And, you have to start giving them their due, especially where the Pacific Division is at. Seattle isn't exactly lighting it up. We know although Anaheim seems to be a team that is starting to roll. San Jose, I mean, when they get their first win, they should schedule a parade because I think they're going to be single digit in wins this year. I mean, to say that the Calgary Flames looked as bad as the San Jose Sharks, I think is the indictment of all indictments against the Calgary Flames. And because the San Jose Sharks, this is where they expected to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Calgary Flames, it's not where they expected to be.
Yeah, I mean, for the players on the Sharks, it probably sucks being brutal right now. But for an organization that, as you mentioned with Calgary, maybe it's time to go into a rebuild. San Jose apparently doing that well from a rebuilding perspective because they're going to have they're going to be in a pretty juicy spot to come this year with the way that they've played so far. Craig, after a tragedy overseas on the weekend, the passing of Adam Johnson, the English Ice Hockey Association has announced that they're going to make neck guards mandatory. Do you think that ever trickles over here to North America? Does it ever get there?
Okay, so let me answer the yes, and it should. I mean, I read about the British Ice Hockey Federation. They're making a mandatory beginning in 2024.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with right now? I'll go back in time. I was with the Calgary Flames when that tragic accident happened with the young girl Brittany in Columbus when the puck came up off the ice. Ended up striking her. She passed away a few days later. Netting went up around the rink right away. Right away. And to put on a neck guard and to say this is what we're going to do, I think it's ridiculous. Kids grow up wearing neck guards. It was I feel we're doing this visor discussion again. Kids grow up with full face masks, visors, and no, we got to let them have a choice. No, the game happens too fast, and one death is one too many. One accident is one too many that's preventable. This is preventable. To me, in Hockey Canada requires kids in minor hockey to have neck guards. Why are we taking them off? And the technology, it's not cumbersome. It's something that protects people from these types of unfortunate accidents. And, we see we see all kinds of, not all kinds. We see times where skate cuts have led to things. We have the socks and whatnot. Let's put them let's get them on the necks of the NHL players. And this idea that they should have a choice. Okay, yeah, what's the choice? Of putting them at more risk? Reduce the risk. That's the objective here, and I think it should be done immediately. That's what I think.
Well said, Craig. Appreciate the time once again, man. Enjoy Vegas while you're down there.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. And I'm sure Dustin, when he trick-or-treated on Halloween in Vegas, it wasn't on Halloween night, but we'll leave that for another day.
See you later, Craig. He got what I was talking about. You just never know at Halloween. The strippers that trick-or-treat every single night, right? That's a good time. I was in Vegas for a New Year's one time, which was awesome.
That'd be wild.
Vegas Halloween is probably something else.
Yeah.
I feel like Craig probably went down there just for Vegas Halloween.
It's not like Christmas at the Spangler, though, hey?
Yeah. Kevin says you can't make it mandatory because equipment changes have to be voted on by the Players Association. Okay, well that's fine, but then why would the Players Association vote against making their union safer? Has any union in the history of unions ever said no? We want our employees to stay at the risk that they're at. I don't understand. Craig made a good point.
Unless somebody's making money off said risk.
Yeah, but you would.
No, but you're right. What's the reasoning? That'd be the only reasoning.
It's not like the NHL is going to make less money because their players are protecting their necks. That doesn't make any sense. The only reason that British Ice Hockey Association isn't making the mandatory, like right now, it's strongly recommended that you put one on, and then they're going to make it mandatory in 2024 simply because they said they might have some issue with supply issues. So, getting neck guards for everybody to say it's mandatory. So, the logistics of it, I guess, what are we in November? A couple of months, get the neck guards for everybody. TJ Oshie has a hockey company where they produce some safety gear for players, and I guess he's already sort of sold out. Like the company's just been hammered since this incident, and I don't know why you wouldn't have your players wear a neck guard. I don't get that.
Here's what you do, even if it's just a visor, too, because there'll be some players that don't want it. They don't want to.
From the visor discussion?
But from both. Like, there were players that didn't want the visors, and there's going to be players that don't want the neck guard.
Your grandfathering in it?
Your grandfather. Yeah. Who cares about the next generation? They're not voting members right now.
Yeah.
You force them to come in, and have to wear it. And it's an over time, you slowly get to a point where everyone's wearing neck guards.
Yeah.
But that's how you would sell it through to the PA, I think, is
Grandfather
it's
name.
mandatory for young, rookies and below, and anyone coming into this league, anyone that has played in this league, it's a choice. And that's how you'd probably get it through with the players.
Yeah, I also don't know why players wouldn't want to put their own safety first.
Why isn't everyone already wearing it then?
That's the thing. Like, it's just because, you haven't worn it in the National Hockey League. But I don't know. You see what happened. And I finally did yesterday go watch the video. And it was gruesome. And the play was just one of the weirdest plays I've ever seen in hockey. It didn't technically look like a hockey play. It was bizarre. We're not playing it. We're not going to show it, obviously. If you want to go watch it, you can go watch it. But it was one of the weirdest ways his leg came up. It was like trying to put a leg out to get a piece of him, but his leg ended up being up here. It wasn't your typical, getting upended and then the guy was like swinging. It was an awful play to watch. I don't understand what happened on that play. But yeah, I just don't know why. I don't know why players just wouldn't throw in a neck guard. Like, how restrictive can it be nowadays? I'm sure neck guard technology has come a long way since we were kids and we're wearing neck guards. And it's even like for guys in rec league. I mean, you never know. I mean, rec league, you got guys who don't skate at the level of a professional player. You never know what could happen there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this neck guard thing goes. If it does end up happening in the National Hockey League one day, then 2 months later, they're going to be like, neck guards are mandatory. Yeah, but you knew this was a possibility anyway. So why would you have already made neck guards mandatory? Right? It seems like you're just waiting for a disaster to happen when you can easily just put a small piece of fabric around the neck.
I just feel like in hockey, too, there's always this lust to, remove more. Like, you got to tell me that there'd be guys willing to play without a helmet in rec league or something, just because it's, I can take care of myself. I'm tough enough. I can do it. Like, it's kind of that thought built in. And wearing more would suggest that, you're more of a nerd. Like, it's
you cover every other part of your body.
Oh, I get it.
Your bloody neck. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
But why not everybody wear full cage? You're eliminating risk there too, right?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if in 25 years that's happening.
Sure,
but
why is that I don't know.
I don't know. You're gonna protect your shoulders and your elbows, but you're not gonna protect your neck. You take a skate to the neck, it'll kill you. Take a skate to the elbow or a puck to the elbow. It doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, you just want to bubble wrap everybody.
No, but I wouldn't mind protecting maybe the most dangerous spot to take a blade.
The arteries, the veins, yeah.
I don't know. It just that part to me doesn't make. I'll be interested to see if some players end up throwing one on anyway. Like, there has to be, if you're worried about. No, there's nothing to a neck guard anyway. It's not like you're wearing one that the kids are wearing and it's all tucked down in here and it's a mess. I mean, I don't know. There's got to be some ways that you can go about it to make it a little bit safer.
Or as you said,
this is going to happen at some point. I mean, it almost happened already in the National
Hockey League.
Yeah, the Thomas Plekanec Kevlar turtleneck to run that thing up there. I don't know. I mean,
professional look.
I feel like there are ways that you can make the game a little bit safer that are simple. Like, it's not even a difficult thing to do outside of pushing it through the.
See, look at Steb in Morinville. Dusty, you going to get one yourself?
Yeah, actually, I might.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a neck guard. Yeah, I will. We had somebody.
Yeah, you started with Mike though, and that's the thing.
Well, no,
and that's why it's going to be a conversation in the NHL. Is that it's a might, right? That was your first instinct.
No, but I thought back. This text message came in last night. I don't know if you guys saw it. It came in at like 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock last night. I happened to refresh the page. And it's a super long text message from this guy who was like, you know what? I watched what happened over there. And he goes, I have kids. I have a mother, a wife. He goes, I can't imagine if in rec league something like that happened to me and I could have prevented it with a little neck guard around my neck. And now your kids don't have to go through that. Like 5 years ago, I would have said, I'm never wearing a cage. I'm not wearing a cage. And now I wear a cage mostly because if I take a puck to the face, I'm not going to be able to talk, and how I make my living is talking and TV and this, and so I put one of those on, and it's not the end of the world. I feel safer out there. Yeah, I will wear a neck guard.
Well, how about Sean? 780-218-9999, Paris Jewelers inbox. Wu-Tang Clan has been preaching for over 2 decades to protect your neck. NHL, wake up. Maybe that's strong text of the day right there.
I mean, the argument against it, like, why not wear a neck guard?
Well, because you're seen as a wimp.
Well,
no, but
I'm
not. That's not my thought, but that is a thought, correct? With people, and then if you wear more protection, you get chirped, right? Because you're. Is that not a thing? That is a thing. Like that's why people don't do it.
You wear a hard cup to protect your nuts. You're just gonna leave your neck out there for everybody to come get me. Like I mean, there's nothing from stopping a stick from getting up there and slicing you. Like I don't know. I feel like we've all been idiots for not wearing neck guards. It's just like one of the most vital parts of your body is the one that you leave exposed. Doesn't make any sense. And the wrist guards, I'm going to look into wrist guards are there wrist guards for kids? That one I would be very interested in. Just like a little sort of sleeve or something for kids. Because half of Marshall's time in U9 is spent with 9 kids laying on the ice and other kids trying to skate over top of them. I would like to look into that one as well. I just don't understand why you wouldn't do everything you can to make yourself safer when it's such a simple little addition. We're not asking you to wear a Darth Vader helmet that goes all the way down over your bloody shoulders, essentially. Like,
although that would be fun.
It'd be a cool
Hockey,
look.
Like,
it'd be a cool look between the pipes.
Like mascot football.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to hear the hockey guy to explain, why it's such a bad thing.
Well, you can be tough and you can be smart and safe, I think, at the same time. I think you can be all three of those things at the same time. But
you can be as tough as you want, right? Like, guys, a neck guard wouldn't have helped when a guy karate chops you in the neck. I mean, first of all, the play, I don't even want to get into play because I don't understand what happened on that bloody play. It was not your typical hockey play. It was bizarre. I don't know what happened on it. I watch it and I go, that's not a hockey play. It was really weird. That being said, I'm sure some guy's not trying to karate chop a guy in the bloody neck with his skate. But I just don't understand why you wouldn't try to protect your neck a little bit more. Guys, I do a lot of chirping in beer league, and I have never chirped a guy for wearing a neck guard. It comes in from Senior Boots, right? I used to be a guy who would chirp Cage Guy. Now I'm Cage Guy, so I pretty much keep my mouth shut the entire time. Well, that's not true. But still, I wouldn't chirp about Cage now because you can't because you're wearing one. But, yeah, I would never think I'd go into the corner with somebody and be like, nice neck guard, you loser.
That's, if one person's wearing it or whatever, it can stick out, and that could be a thing. I didn't accuse Senior Boots of doing that specifically for the neck guard. But you get my greater point of I'm sure there would be guys that wouldn't wear helmets, right? To prove to everybody else just how tough they are out there and how much better they are than you at the game of hockey and the toughness. It's all about the toughness factor. You got to be tough. That's why you have the cup, because it protects your, the tough spot.
Because of your wiener.
Right.
You got to look after that, yeah. All right, well, what do you got? Hit us up, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. I do want to see, the legitimate argument against wearing a neck guard. Somebody give me somebody convince me and go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now I think we should all leave our necks open after seeing what we've seen. And, we've seen really close scares in the past as well, right? So, Taco's in, 780-218-9999. Dusty, my 5-year-old son was at his learn to skate lessons and another child crashed into him. They fell and the other child's skate slipped my son's wrist. It was a scary situation for everyone, including the instructors. Anything can happen. That comes in from Taco. Yeah, when you go like this with your gloves, boom, your wrists are out there, and your neck's pretty much exposed 24/7. So, I don't know. I feel like us as a hockey country should probably lead the way in making the game a little bit safer when it's so easy to do, right? Like, that's so easy to do.
Do you have any time for the theory, and it's been brought up a couple of times both on the Nasty Chat and the inbox, cage-wearing rec hockey guys are usually the most dangerous players in beer league.
From a stick perspective, no, I could see why that would be the case.
You're protected to a degree,
yeah.
And then you think in the back of your mind, well, since we're all...
Yeah, no, that's like a natural instinct, I would think. No,
right.
I don't think I've got
But you're not going to go for somebody's neck.
I don't think I've got looser with my stick. Yeah, I mean, just because I'm wearing a cage, I'm not putting my stick up into somebody's face. I would do that, even if I didn't have a cage. Like, it just, yeah, but I could see some more recklessness for sure. I also think guys are more reckless around guys with cages anyway. The moment I put on a cage, the very first game I played with a cage, I was skating up the middle of the ice, took a stick right here. I was just like, oh, boy, good thing I had this cage on. Like, but I don't know if that would have happened before. If I didn't have the cage on, it's a chicken and egg thing. This one says, I don't wear shoulder pads, let alone a neck guard at Rec League. Yeah, I've played a lot of games with those shoulder pads, too. I probably still won't wear shoulder pads, like at drop-in and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like this might be a little bit more of a important area to protect. But, yeah, I mean, when you step on the ice anytime, you're kind of taking a risk anyway. So if that's what they want to do, they can continue to do it. But it just seems like a simple way to keep things a little bit safer. All right, let's get into a sports update from Lieutenant Eric for Park Mazda. We will come back. We'll get to your Cool Bet hotline of the day. And it is time for confessions, weekly confessions. What do you got? What do you need to get off your chest today? Fire those in, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or hit us up in the Nasty Chat as well.
A blockbuster deal in the NBA overnight. The Clippers acquiring 10-time All-Star guard James Harden in a deal with the 76ers. Sixers sending Harden, PJ Tucker, and Philip Petrusev to the Clippers for Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Nick Batum, KJ Martin, and multiple picks. Raptors last night dropping one to Portland 99-91. 3 games around the association this evening. Last night in the NHL, the Jets falling in overtime to the Rangers 3-2. Vegas top Montreal in the shootout 3-2. Coyotes smoking Chicago 8-1, and the Stars with a 5-3 win over Columbus. Kings visit the Leafs tonight while the Canucks host the Preds in just 2 games around the NHL. Oilers back in action Thursday when they host Dallas. Detroit Lions with 152 yards and a touchdown from Jahmyr Gibbs. They improved to 6-2 with a 26-14 win over the Raiders. You can join me Thursday night at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge when the Titans visit the Steelers. It'll be your next chance to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to Los Angeles to catch the Rams and the Browns. Rangers with a 2-1 World Series lead over the Diamondbacks following a 3-1 win last night. Rangers also losing Max Scherzer and Adolis Garcia to injury. Game 4 tonight back at Chase Field. First pitch 6:03. Sports update for Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. We really hope Dustin enjoys being a truck guy.
Oh my God.
Why am I looking at that?
Wait, why are you slowing down?
Frank?
No way.
Frank?
Hey, honey. Hey.
What on earth are you doing?
We're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Who's streaking?
There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing.
Now.
Okay. Lease the all-new 2024 Mazda CX-90 inline-6 turbo or plug-in hybrid to have room for absolutely everybody with its third-row seating.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
$7:35. You're rolling with the AM Nasty this morning. Thank you very much for being here. If you are watching on YouTube and you're like, oh man, I got to go get in the car and head off to work today, no problem. You can listen at edmontonsportstalk.com. Click on Listen Live. That'll take you to our audio player, or you can just download the free TuneIn app. It's free. I know when you open it the first time, it'll be like, sign up for a premium account. You can just click the X on that, and then you can listen for free, crystal clear, static-free since 23. Find us on the TuneIn app. Just download it today. And, yeah, a lot of people listening on TuneIn already, so that's nice. You can hit us up at 780-218-9999. That's 780-218-9999. In the Paris Jewelers inbox, one of you will end up winning text of the day today, which is a $20 gift card to A&W. Let's get into some weekly confessions today, and boy, we've got some good confessions that have rolled in already. Weekly confessions today. And Mandy, are you going to keep us on the high shot? We're way up high. That's crazy. Weekly confessions brought to you by Spectrum Rental, where we confess to resorting to Borat quotes anytime we're stuck for words. Spectrum Rental, very nice, which is good. These Spectrum Rental guys are absolute beauties. They texted me this last night at 10:30, so I love them sitting around like as a group late on Monday nights, being like, "Oh, what are we going to come up with?"
I explained to them at the client mixer, and I knew day one that they got what was going on.
They get it.
Basically with their name, and if you know, you know.
They get it. Any chance, we can also mention this. If you're getting ready, you're getting that snowblower ready, they do repairs and service to all of your snowblowers, right? So if you don't, not even if you have to like go rent it, if you have a snowblower and you're like, hey guys, you want to give her a little tune-up? They'll tune up your snowblowers. These guys do everything. Spectrum Rental, more like Spectrum Do-All. That could be a spin-off company.
Yeah, get at them now, though.
I want a percentage of that.
Don't wait till the first dump.
Yeah.
When everybody else wants their...
That's like...
Get in there now.
That's how we operate on our winter tire thing, right? It's like, snow, now's the time to put on the winter tires, where you could have preemptively done it already with proper planning, right? So...
And if you need somebody to transport the snowmobile to Spectrum Rental, this guy's got a truck. If you ask him nicely, I'm sure he could give you a boot down to Spectrum Rental, and you can...
Big time truck guy. Big time truck guy now. I was going to ask people this is going to come across as, look, I'm a noob, right? I've never been a truck guy before, so I'm sure I'll get shamed and people will joke about me and everything. That's fine. On a truck, I should still get winter tires, right? Like, I know, like, with the truck, you can, like, four-wheel drive and everything, but I feel like I still got to get winter tires on this thing. Do you know anything about truck tires?
I would. When's Will Fraser in the hangout next? That would be a
Fraser would know this.
Maybe you and Fraser for 1 hour in the hangout.
Fraser could probably put on my winter tires if I was to get them.
Talk about a friend.
Yeah, so truck people, let me know. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. And, you can slide on in to the nasty chat as well. Maybe you actually have a tire company. Let me know. I'll come use your service. You support us. Support you. Get some tires set up over there. Let's see here. All right, let's get into it. I got a few confessions. We got other confessions rolling in as well. Lieutenant Eric, what are you confessing today?
Well, I'm confessing that I went to the Jasper Park Lodge. It was the JPL out in the expensive place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I ordered a soup.
Had the soup.
I don't know if this is a confession. I didn't do anything bad, but usually you go to an expensive place, you get something expensive. I had soup.
Was the soup expensive?
Yeah.
Well, then
delicious.
You still had something expensive.
But no, not like a...
Is soup a meal?
We don't have time for the soup as a meal thing.
It was a snack. It was bloody delicious. It was a tomato-based. The wife had a French onion type of thing. It was very good. I didn't do anything bad. I didn't get up to any hijinks. It was a very tame weekend, so I have nothing like bad to confess. But I just, you go to a place you want to get the special. You want to get something good. You want to get something, and I got soup. I settled on soup. Play the
soup at JPL.
Ding ding ding.
Yeah. Shame.
What an idiot. Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
So go ahead and.
Penner's Pancakes is in. It says, confession. I drove a Dodge Neon for 12 years.
Now that's a confession. That's a confession. What color?
Yeah.
Yellow?
Me being the Ford Taurus driver for about half my life, I'm looking at you being like, man, you gotta get it together. What do you need to confess? 780-218-9999. This guy says, I run winters on my truck. I recommend them. Somebody says get all seasons. I heard that doesn't make as much of a difference as the actual winter tires.
Well, I confess I've never had winter tires.
What?
Not once.
Even on your car?
No. That Sebring, that 07 Sebring?
Yeah.
Yeah, she rides pretty low. I get a good traction on it.
Really?
Sedan, yeah.
Wow.
Wow,
I'm surprised you've never had winter tires.
Not once.
Winter tires make a huge difference. Maddie, you must be winter tire guy,
Alberta, whatever.
First car I had winter tires, and I would change. These ones, the car I have now is all season.
Okay, and they're fine in the winter, you think?
See, the thing is, I've never driven the same car, one with winter tires and without to test them, so I don't know. I have had no issues, but to me, I've always looked at it and went, winter tires do help, but it still is how you drive.
Sure.
if you're going to
You still
drive,
have to drive.
like if you're not driving to the conditions, if you're going to be an idiot on the roads, winter tires still aren't going to help you at that point. So
yeah. I don't know. I just feel I don't drive like more of a prick with winter tires, but I do feel safer. So I'll probably get some winter tires.
Well, you're a
on the
mountain
truck.
man too. You grew up in you had to talk about neck guards, man. You had to have right. You had to have chains on your tires.
Yeah, we would chain up the trucks.
in the Kootenays, eh?
Well,
Yeah.
in the on the farm, kind of drive through there. Guys, I confess I had no business winning this week. I was up 4.5 points going into last night. The other guy had Devontae Adams remaining, and I won. Imagine being down 4.5 points, having Devontae Adams, and not winning your week. That is a major, major buzzkill. Nice little confession on his part. Here's my confession. So, Tammy and the Muzz last night, and yeah, they're probably watching at the tail end of this. I should probably wait till they head to school here. But Tammy and the Muzz yesterday, when Marshall and I were at basketball practice last night, organized all of our Halloween candy into little baggies, right? Like 4 treats. I mentioned earlier, 4 treats into little bags. Last night, after everybody was in bed, I was ready. I was almost ready for bed. I went up. I can't remember. I took something upstairs, and I saw these 2 huge bowls of treats that we have, and I was just like, listen, no kids are going to miss out. They wouldn't even have known what was in there before, so I did go into like 5 or 6 of the individual baggies and take out the small caramel bars and didn't replace them with anything else. So some kids are only going to get 3 treats in their plastic baggie because I was like the caramel monster last night and decided to slide in. I will also confess that I do think some mini chocolate bars taste better than the full-size chocolate bars, but that doesn't make any sense because they're probably produced at the exact same place and wrapped the exact same way. Do you feel that too, though, sometimes?
When's the last time you've eaten a full-size bar? And I'm talking like a Mars or like a, and you can't because there's a lot going on.
I had a Mars bar yesterday, so bad guy to ask.
The full,
it's only like this big,
but it's still like it's like a thickness.
There's a lot to it.
As an
There's
adult,
a lot to it.
as a kid, you can crush chocolate bars, but as an adult, you get halfway and you're like, what am I doing here? Like this is gross. I feel gross. But the bite size,
ones, even you're right. The small Mars bar bite size,
but you trick
way
your
better
mind.
than a full size Mars
Because you trick your mind. It's one bite, and then you look down and there's like 17 wrappers, and you've eaten like 3 full-sized candy bars, albeit though in small bites. It's easier to get a bite than to rip off the whole bar now.
Am I a bad guy for stealing some of these caramels out of the
VR
pre-packed
Montenegro
bags?
is calling you a monster.
A monster?
And Halloween just ruined for some children.
No, look,
You've
here's
already
the thing.
ruined it. The sun's
It's
not
not
even
like
up
these
yet.
kids are only coming to my house. They're going to go to 1,000 houses and have candy that lasts them for 9 months. Every year at this time of year, we have to take last year's Halloween candy from our kids and be like, oh, this probably isn't good anymore. So they never finished. Nobody finishes. Well, I guess some people might finish their Halloween candy. Our family, we don't finish the Halloween candy. It sits there forever. So, I don't even feel bad about it.
Heel Dusty
Go ahead.
Halloween
Heel
edition.
Dusty me. Heel Dusty.
That's what you are for Halloween. Hey, great costume. He's a heel.
No, I'm Jackie Moon. This wig was just a little too hot. Maybe I'll put this back on at least. If I played in the association, man, I would be headband guy. For sure.
And glasses.
Yeah,
A la
headband.
Horace Grant.
Yeah,
the-
pretty much.
yeah.
I mean, this is what I would look like if I played in the NBA. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want my confession to turn into this big thing about, I'm a heel. But I thought this was a safe place to share something that we felt a little guilty about, which is exactly what I did. I know Bruce and the crew at Spectrum Rental wouldn't get on me like this, but all the nasties are all over it now. Guys, the full-size Kit Kat and Coffee Crisp is so much better than the mini ones. That's in from Jerry. I disagree. Half-size, small-size Kit Kat is better than a full-size Kit Kat. And that's why I know everybody always gets excited, like, oh, my God, full chocolate bar house. First of all, as you said, it's probably too much. You don't enjoy it anyway. You're over-consuming
As
it.
an
And second
adult,
of all,
I'm
I
just
think the
speaking.
little ones taste better.
I feel like this is worthy of a taste test, blind taste test.
Oh,
What do you mean blind? Oh, that's
Stack
a good
them up,
idea.
stack
Bring
them
a
up. I will.
couple full bars, bring a couple small bars. I cut them up in same sizes, just one bite, and which one's which? Which one is better?
Damn, that's a really good idea. Oh, now I'm worried. Now I don't know if I could do that. I'll bring in some Kit Kats, some Aeros, and some caramels tomorrow.
Like big or small?
Both.
Okay.
And then we taste test this thing.
That's actually works because Trevor's going to come in to train a little bit.
And look, I can go like
so
this.
while I'm here, him and I could cut it up. No, we'll. You don't have to do blind.
Why? You said taste test.
Well, we'll cut it up and we'll try to make them look the same.
Can I do it blind if I want?
Yes, actually,
Okay,
that might.
cool. Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see how well we could do it. But I think the two of you will give you one of each, and you have to decide which one is better.
I'm game. Let's go.
Oh, I wonder if I could. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that they're little and you pop the whole thing.
This is a total guessing game. There's no way. What do you like? You're cutting a Mars, so there's going to be it's going to be cut.
Well, we want to make them. Well, we don't want you to know which one it is, so I'll have to try to make them.
You'd have to melt the sides to have the chocolate pour.
That's a good point. So then I guess you would have to be blind.
The only way we could do it is
You're going to have to place
a blind. I'll put it on like a fork.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And you guys bite off the fork.
I think I could. Yeah.
Sounds
I
like
could cut it in half. Like you could still cut them in half, like lengthwise
like
too,
an arrow,
right?
An arrow bubble. Like
we can make small little bite size of those. I'll bring.
Imagine if we run the table on this. Like imagine if we go like 4 for 4 or something. That'd be incredible.
Imagine if it's 4 for 4 for the full size.
Wow.
They're all Twix.
They're all Twix. They're all Twixes. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Hit us up in the nasty chat on YouTube or of course in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Hey, and if you're really rich and you want to dish out full-size jewelry for Halloween, get it all at Paris Jewelers.
That could be an option, hey?
Yeah.
Somebody's handing out 2 liters of pop. Well, this guy's handing out necklaces.
Do you see
and
that
rings
family in Calgary that's handing out 2 liters of pop?
Yeah.
What a stupid thing.
You
Like,
gotta
what a
know
show.
somebody.
Like, how did they get...
It's a lot
They're
of
going to
pop.
have 500 people come to their house for a 2-liter thing of pop?
You're going to lug
That's
around
how
a
many
2-liter all night long?
Yeah, exactly.
You
Logistically,
put it in a
it's
backpack? Or?
Logistically, handing a kid a 2-liter thing of pop's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life.
In fact,
I don't care if you're getting TikTok views.
Asking for trouble.
You're
asking for trouble.
You get a couple of those teens, you're giving them full-size
Shake
2-liter
'em up.
pop bottles on
Once again,
Halloween where they're just wandering around.
Could be a sticky situation.
It's like when the Elks you gave I think it was Pepsi Blue 2-liter bottles.
Oh man.
But they did it on the way in. So people at the end of the game, James was telling us there, people are throwing Pepsi Blue bottles onto the field and stuff.
A root beer got like pelted or something like that.
So yeah, that seems like you're asking for trouble, or not. Even if it's not for you, you have sent these kids off with 2-liter pops
Anything
to go
happens
do.
with 2 liters, now they come looking for you. You're the one that supplied them with the.
Those kids are gonna have so much fun with those pops, and it's not by drinking it.
Weekly Confessions brought to you by Spectrum Rental, where we confess to resorting to Borat quotes anytime we're stuck for words. Spectrum Rental, very nice.
Yeah, and stealing candy from kids, as somebody points out.
No,
You're stealing.
I know. I'm not. I'm not taking it from them.
It's a
They don't. No.
way.
You guys,
It's theft. It's low-key theft. Theft under 1,000.
It's not. It's not theft.
Every
Those
bit-
kids just get 3.
As opposed to
I'm not
4 that
reaching
everyone else
into
got.
their bag and taking it away from them.
Yes, you did.
No, they never got it in the first place.
You are giving them bags you've already stolen
I'm
from.
not taking it back from them. I'm not stealing it from
You
them.
pre-took it from
I'm
them.
just not giving it to them.
You
That's
pre-took
completely
it.
different.
You should take 1 out of every other bag then.
I will.
Make it the same. Otherwise, those kids are getting shortchanged.
Would it make you feel better if I bought a bunch of mini caramels and put it back in the bag?
Yes.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep the mini caramels and I'm going to eat them. So this is not happening.
I'm not going to do that.
This is not stealing from the kids. It's not giving to the kids.
Petty theft.
It's different. It's not petty theft. It's my chocolate. I paid for the chocolate boys.
Those were designated to be given to kids.
That's how they're marketed.
Your family took their time and effort to get these ready to hand out on Halloween. And after that fact, you went and took from a few of them that were earmarked for children.
That's why they're
They
produced.
did not have their name on it. This was not for Billy from down the street. This is just chocolate that was still sitting there and had yet to be distributed.
They're in bags.
Okay, so
if they were in a box, that's different.
Okay, so I'm going to give somebody I got 10 graded hockey cards that I'm just going to give to somebody. But then I go, actually, no, I'm not going to give them all of them. I'm just going to give them 8. That's stealing from them? It's not stealing from them. It's keeping something that I haven't given them yet.
Why did you buy this candy?
Well, when I buy the candy, it's because I want to have
But
it.
why was this candy purchased?
This was Halloween candy.
And then why was it put into bags? To give to these kids.
Yeah, but it hadn't
and now you're taking them from those kids.
I think as soon...
I don't care about the adults.
As soon as... Nobody cares about adults.
This is about kids.
As soon
You're
as,
the guy that gets the baseball at a baseball game and doesn't give it to the kid.
That's not true.
You're blaming the parents.
I wouldn't do that. It's not his ball. It's my ball. No, I would give that to a kid.
Sure you would.
This is different. If the chocolate had already been placed outside.
It was placed in
for the
bags.
night. In bags on our kitchen table. That's my table in my house.
How were the bags closed?
They were zipped up like the little.
So it's a zip.
Somebody
lock.
also pointing out you also destroyed your daughter's hard work. Care to comment on that?
Your family put time and effort into
The
doing
Muzz
that.
loves doing that.
The
Yeah.
time
She
invested.
Probably
John,
counted
I tell you,
each
man,
one. They
I
took
don't know.
their time into this.
Thank you. Look at this guy. Says, I'm with Dusty. It's not stealing. This one, 780-218-9999. Dusty is giving life lessons on taxes. Right? Full blown. It's my candy still. I haven't given it to them. I don't know.
Just think of the children.
Bronco Nick is in.
He's not.
He's clearly not.
Doesn't care about the children.
The children are going to have a million chocolates, you guys.
But the goal as a kid is to get as much as you can. And you've shortchanged.
Well, then work a little
4
harder
or
when
5
you
of
go to
them.
another house.
You've shortchanged them.
No. I just don't understand how, the kid gets 1,000 things on Halloween. I want to have 5 or 6 small little caramel bars last night, and I can't do it.
You said it's not for the adults, though. This is a children's holiday, and a little bit of selfishness.
Basically, you're the Grinch.
You have 364 days to eat as many caramels as you want.
The Grinch of Halloween, really.
Well, this guy comes in and goes, I thought Scrooge was a Christmas character, Dusty. That could be your text of the day, Bronco Nick. That's good. I think a lot of people are on my side in this. I think a lot of people are on my side. I don't think you guys... It's a different frame of reference. Like
one guy on your side just texted, "It's not stealing." He didn't provide any points to that.
it's not. But it's not stealing. It's my candy. It's not stealing in any way.
But it's been earmarked for.
Has been earmarked for anybody.
Yes,
They don't have labels on it for which kids.
It's been earmarked for children on Halloween.
The children.
That's what it's for. And you went in and put your hands into those bags to take from those kids.
Alan in the nasty chat says, I really hope Maddie never needs help from a friend with a truck.
Don't worry. I've got enough people that I know with trucks. I don't need your truck.
I can't be your truck guy, Mr.
There's
Lee.
a Luke. There's my dad. There's my brother. I don't need your truck.
Greg's in and says, I'm so on Dusty's side. Not every kid is obligated to get the same amount. Some kids get a larger handful and some get a smaller one. Excellent point. Excellent point, Greg. Thank you very much for being reasonable on Halloween.
Server Brett, Dusty, just a fiend for caramels. He'll do anything for one, even taking it from a baby.
Mm-hmm.
You are literally he is
Be honest with
acting
you.
out the same.
No, I will say this. A young baby, what are we talking? Less than 12 months? Your nephew. You think that kid should have a caramel? No chance.
You're lost in the terminology.
Baby shouldn't have a caramel. No.
But
If we're talking about we're talking about no.
But so you're not
Baby
giving them the
shouldn't-
bag of candy.
Babies shouldn't have candy, Matt. I would take that from them. Yes, I would. I
You-
would
you
steal.
actually say
I
it's
would
Halloween.
steal candy from a baby because babies don't need candy. Toddlers would like some candy. Babies don't need candy. Babies can't even eat candy. It's one of the worst sayings.
It's
ever.
not your.
It's a horrible saying.
You don't have the right to parent someone else's kids. You're just stealing from them.
I will say this. If you're allowing your 8-month-old to eat a full-size chocolate bar, you're a horrible parent. Yeah, you've turned me
And
into
a 2-liter pop.
Halloween heel Dusty.
Because and we didn't turn you into that. You did it yourself.
You guys have totally turned me into this.
You took the candy.
We could be sitting here talking about the World Series of Baseball, and instead we're talking about this Halloween candy scandal, apparently. Justin says, who paid for the candy? You're stealing from yourself? Exactly.
It's been earmarked.
It hasn't been earmarked for anybody.
It's been earmarked for
It's
kids.
sitting on my kitchen table.
In bags for kids for Halloween.
That is not
It's
together.
that your kids
Hours and hours of work.
spent their time on creating so it's ready for them today, the kids to come around today. It's been earmarked.
Putting up a poll question on YouTube.
What do you
right
just
now.
you're just gonna
We're
take
taking it to the poll.
Is it
If there's
stealing
Christmas gifts,
if you
are you going to take somebody's Christmas gifts this year?
We don't have Christmas gifts that we
No,
give
like
to
you're gonna
random
just
people
are you gonna
who come
find
to the house and knock
are
on
you-
the bloody door.
Are you just going to find something like, oh, my kids aren't going to get this year. I'm going to take it for me.
So what should I pull? Is it stealing if you eat?
No, are you right
the
or wrong?
Halloween candy that you paid for?
Third option, greasy.
It's not greasy either.
Kyle Dan Ballmer. I agree with Matt 1% of the time. But once Halloween candy is placed in the means of distribution, the poll just blocked that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I just got to close it quickly.
I voted yes.
You bastard.
The means of distribution, it's off limits until after the house light is shut off.
Wrong. Day of? Sure.
No.
Night before? No chance.
It's earmarked.
No chance. Earmarked, schmearmarked.
You just hate kids. You don't want kids to have fun.
I love kids.
You want to know something? When you get egg tonight, it's because of this.
Get eight.
Jay Ellison says, Dusty, just eat one more chocolate out of all of the remaining bags to even it out. There's like, I don't know why. If we made like 200 bags, we're going to get like 60 kids.
Got time.
There's going to be so much chocolate left over after.
That's when you could eat it. But you stole it.
Nah, I didn't steal it. It's my chocolate. All right, you can text us, Paris Jewelers inbox. Halloween show's gone off the rails, 780-218-9999.
I'm kind of disgusted by you today. I'm not going to lie.
You're disgusted.
Disgusted.
Holy
Disgusted by
smokes,
D-word.
buddy.
Disgusted.
My goodness, now you're hurting my feelings.
Disgusting
My
Halloween.
first
You
full-
hurt those kids' feelings.
My first full day as truck guy, and you're talking to me like this? If you're not careful, I'm going to run my truck right over your car.
Maybe a trip to the train station, eh? It would be.
I'm going to put Maddie in a body bag. Is Trev ready to do everything? Like, have you trained Trev well enough that we can take you to the train station? Amish Man 19 says, I am shocked and appalled by Dusty's behavior.
Kevin Starrett saying wording a poll is leading the witness.
How's it leading the witness?
Leading the witness.
I'm not leading a witness. Is it stealing if you eat the Halloween candy that you paid for?
Yeah, because you had that you paid for. Why couldn't it be? Is it stealing if you ate the Halloween candy that you've put aside for the kids?
So I stole this Halloween candy and put it aside? I paid for the Halloween candy.
Did you go buy it?
Yes. Well, my wife bought it.
Okay.
With my money.
But did your wife then approve of this?
Oh, no. She's probably really angry.
Yeah. She's the one that took the time to go buy it.
Really angry.
It's her because she paid for it in the end.
I'm a risky boy, and I decided to have a little candies last night.
Okay.
It's Halloween, man.
It's
I
Halloween
don't
every day
understand.
for
Everybody's
you.
like, oh, kids have to have the best time on Halloween. What about us? What about adults, you know?
Man's got to eat.
You get almost like every other day of the year.
364.
You could just
can be
go to
Halloween.
a store and buy that chocolate.
Why would I do that during the year?
You could store them. You could do it because you're an adult. You could do that. Kids, this is their day where they could go get candy and eat it, and no one's gonna say anything. They can have as much candy as they want, and you took that from 5 kids.
70% of people say it's not stealing.
Yeah, because you had a misleading, leading
the
question.
poll. All
Just
right.
as your commissioner even said,
All right,
leading the
watch this.
witness.
I'm gonna
Tango, this is a rigged poll. See?
Okay, look, watch this. I'm gonna end this poll. Oh, I'm gonna end it. I ended it right at 69%. Now I'm adding a new poll. Just a sec. I'll do it better for you guys. All right, vote on this one. What do you think of this? Was the first poll rigged? Is the new poll question. Let's get to the bottom of this.
I voted yes.
Don't stop voting yes. Man.
Yeah.
See, look at this one. It says, Steve says, how do they know they're getting robbed unless they come back for seconds? They're the thieves. Really good point. For all they know, that they only get 3 candies.
You know. And the fact that you don't have any guilt for this.
I don't have guilt for it. I don't.
Exactly.
I mean, if
That's
I'm not playing a hardo here. Like, I don't have guilt for it.
That's what's sad.
This text is in 780-218-9999. This is BS. The candy is Dusty's until it's dropped in the kid's bag. Let's ask Macramala. And we will ask Macramala. He's supposed to join us tomorrow, right? He's a Wednesday guy.
A little Halloween recap.
Yeah.
That'll be.
My kids don't have school tomorrow. Maybe they pop by at some point. Bring in some Halloween treats.
Why not?
Yeah.
Bring him in.
Maybe they can share with their daddy. Dusty is the guy at Olive Garden that eats 4 breadsticks, leaving 2 for the remaining 3 at the dinner party. That comes from Greg in the Grove.
That's a good example here, hey?
We are having ourselves a show. As Tommy Gazzola would say yesterday on the oil stream, we are laughing. That was one of the ones that Tommy dropped yesterday, which was great. Somebody texted in and says, yes, Tom, I know. We can hear you. It was so good. Oh, Tommy G, man. T-Biscuit. He's in today, right? Is he in for a bit on the Hangout today?
Yeah, he'll be in for an hour.
Okay. And then he's off to practice.
Belsy will be in today
Belsey's
for a bit. You'll stop by. Eric will stop by. I'll be there for the 2. And
all right.
It's a full cast of characters on the Hangout today. And then tomorrow's the EST draft.
Draft day tomorrow.
Will take place. We'll have the pregame show during it. We'll do the draft, and we'll have a postgame show from 9 till 11.
Was the first poll rigged? 51% of people saying yes, 49% saying no. It's
answers.
a saw-off, boys. It's a saw-off. Cal is in and says, what is Matt talking about? If you took it from the kids, then you have an argument. Exactly, which I didn't because they didn't even know what's coming yet.
It's a preemptive strike. You could
Exactly. That's all it was. There's no big deal.
You just agreed with Eric saying that you preemptively stole from the kids.
It was a preemptive strike before the candy was dished out. Henceforth, saying that I did not steal it.
He was saying you were, and you agreed with him.
That's kind of the insinuation.
I'm going to, somebody vote.
But, you know.
I'm trying to get that no just above 50%. I'm going to end this poll as well. You'll be real sketchy with these polls. I like it. This text is in and says...
Ended at 51%.
Did you end it?
Yeah.
You sly dog.
The other one had 68 votes. This one 64.
Concrete Dan is in. Just testing to see if the only texts being read are anti-Dusty. Halloween chocolates you bought are just like emergency air supply on an airplane. Secure your own mask before assisting others. If what Dusty needs is a candy and it's currently his candy until it gets in the kid's bag, Dusty gets a candy. I didn't think we'd get the comparison of the candy to the air supply bag if a plane's going down. But Concrete Dan, I think you're right, man.
You're laughing, hey?
I think you're right. All right, we've still got lots to get to. We have to get to the Cool Bet hotline of the day. We're on a heater. I mean, we got to go there. We do have to play coming up here right away. Kind of easy trivia on this Halloween. If you'd like to play, text in right now, 780-218-9999, and say, boo, Maddie, I'd like to play today. And Maddie will pick one of you. You'll get a chance to play for a gift certificate from Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualist and arguably the most delicious place ever. All right, go get your hands on that Mr. Mike's GC right now. Slide into the inbox, 780-218-9999, if you would like to play today. Heel Halloween Dusty's having a hard time today. Hey, this is a tough show to get through here. We're going to do 3 questions too many coming up. Cool Bet hotline of the day. We'll get Gager's thoughts on this. Gager's been a father for a long time. He's also a good, close, personal friend of all of ours. So we'll see where
his
Gager
kids are
goes.
growing up. He's been through this ringer, hey? This is going to be interesting to see where Gager comes out on this. I'm assuming he's on my side because it's the only side really to be on in this ridiculous debate. If you'd like to play Kind of Easy Trivia, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Only rule we have, don't suck today. We don't need somebody spoiling the Halloween Club Beat Loop, so we'll get into that coming up. 3 questions too many. Gager, Cool Bet hotline of the day, the wrap, all still to come in hour number 3. Let's get to a sports update for United Sport and Cycle with Lieutenant Eric. Big deal in the NBA overnight. The Clippers acquiring 10-time All-Star guard James Harden in a deal with the 76ers. Sixers sending Harden, PJ Tucker, and Philip Petrusev to the Clippers for Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Nick Batum, KJ Martin, and multiple picks. Raptors losing last night to Portland 99-91. 3 games around the association this evening. The Oilers are idle until Thursday when they welcome in the Dallas Stars. Stars last night with a 5-3 win over Columbus. Tonight, just a pair of games as the Kings visit the Leafs while the Canucks host the Preds. Detroit Lions, 152 yards and a touchdown from Jahmyr Gibbs. They'd go on to improve to 6-2, defeating the Raiders 26-14 on your Monday Nighter. You can join me Thursday night at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge when the Titans visit the Steelers. It'll be your next shot to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to Los Angeles to see the Rams and Browns. World Series action last night. Rangers with a 2-1 series lead now following a 3-1 win over the Diamondbacks from Phoenix. Game 4 tonight back at Chase Field. First pitch, 6:03. Sports update for United Sport and Cycle, supporting hockey in your community for over 95 years.
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Uh, 8:06 with the Nielsen Show. Thank you very much for listening on TuneIn today. We do have a Nielsen Show coach movie TV draft tomorrow. It should be a good one.
I'm ready. Uncovered a few wild cards yesterday
you?
in my prep. Yeah, my scouting team has been off for a long time, obviously, since we last did a draft. It'll be what, the EST draft now instead of the NS draft?
Yeah,
the
the EST draft now, yeah.
I'm feeling good about this.
Are you?
I
haven't had time
really
to dive
good
into
about
it yet.
this,
Today
yeah.
will be my focus on that, I guess, later tonight. And we'll get into that. Somebody says we should ask my daughter live on the show and see what she says about the taking of the candy that she organized.
Right on the spot.
If they pop in tomorrow morning, we'll put the Muzz on the stand. Fresh off of a Halloween night. She'll be all candied up.
Will there be cross-examination, though? I mean, is it just you
no.
asking the questions?
Look, the Muzz can handle the heat, man.
I get it.
So I'm not too worried about her. I'm worried about her older brother worrying for her being on the stand. And Marsha will be like, I don't know if Muzz can do the stand, Daddy. So we'll see how that plays out.
No more questions.
Yeah.
Shuffles
He's
her out
gonna
of the
defend
room.
her.
Yeah.
That's it.
Jacket over the
I was
face.
just gonna say over the top. The Muzz has left the building.
No questions.
The AM nasty paparazzi's out front trying to get a look. So Tango in there says the fact that Dusty had to go sneak the candy from his wife and kids is enough to prosecute. I wasn't sneaking it. They were all sleeping. It's not like it was under their pillow and I was sneaking in and taking the candy from them.
Would you have done it if they were sitting there in that room?
Not my wife.
See, there you go.
Yeah, not my wife.
That's the answer.
She'd set aside a little bag just for me. So I had that. And then I was like, I want a few more. So then I dove into the other bags. So this is what Confessions is about. This is why we do Confessions on a Tuesday. All right, who's playing Kind of Easy Trivia today, buddy?
Jerry.
Jerry is going to play today. Let's see here. I got the questions. Yes, I do. Jerry playing for Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualest place ever, in the Hampton Inn on the corner of 137th Ave and Mark Messier Trail. Brand new location out in Fort Sask as well. How long is it before it's not brand new anymore? I wonder.
Yeah, what is the time?
In a business, 3 to 4 months?
We once had a grand opening sale liner we read for like a year and a half at the old station.
It must have been working well. Plus, nobody at the old station ever updated those types of things, so not surprising. But get that classic Mike Burger out in Fort Sask now as well. Let's go to Jerry this morning. Jerry, hello. How are you?
Hello, Nielsen. How you doing?
Good, Jerry. Do you consider it stealing if I take candy from some pre-packed bags before we put it out for the kids on Halloween?
I know we're not in the States, but I'm pleading the fifth.
Oh,
Smart
interesting.
man.
Interesting. Okay. What does that mean? Technically, I really don't know what it means to plead the fifth. That's why I was wondering.
You need to tamper more with Jerry.
Yeah, I
think
guess.
yeah.
All right, Jerry, here we go. I'll start the ticker. I have to read the first question, man. You need 3, all right?
Just wait. I got to clean the chocolate out of my teeth here. Okay, I'm good.
He's been eating chocolate himself. All right, which team won the NFL Monday Nighter?
Detroit.
What position does Devontae Adams play?
Wide receiver.
Which team currently leads the World Series?
The Rangers.
How many Oilers wins this season?
2.
How many Canadian teams in the NHL?
6.
4 out of 5. 4 out of 5.
No! My God. Damn it, Shake, stop it!
They are going to remember that AM radio is a viable and modern source for news and entertainment. Totally. People don't listen to AM like they used to. Seems like it's more about FM and color TV. That's stupid. It sure is, Kevin.
I'm stoked. You stoked? I'm stoked. Just so stoked.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Cannot come to my house. No, not today.
All right, Jerry providing us a little Club Beat Loop action here on a Halloween. Thank you very much, Jerry. Congratulations. You were off to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Boy, people are really fired up over this. Penner's Pancake says, Dusty, would you let Macramala question the Muzz on the stand? I don't know if I want to bring in Macramala to with the kids, It's it might be tough.
So I'm suggesting tampering with the witness, given that it'd be a 24-hour period before the Muzz does come in and testify to the...
Yeah. Look, the Muzz...
She has to be in a secure location, kind of a
Elizabeth loves her daddy.
Sure.
And she would do nothing to make me look bad. I don't think. But we should get to the bottom of this.
Even perjury.
Yeah.
I think
the
it just
perjures herself live November 1st on
For
the
daddy,
Show.
for daddy.
I think it's who purchased the candy. It's up to her.
I purchased the candy.
No, you didn't. You didn't go to the store and purchase
It's my money.
What's yours is hers. What's hers is yours.
I guess it's
She
our
went
money,
to the
I
store.
guess, yeah.
She purchased it. She took the time to make these bags with your kids. I think it's.
Well,
what does Tammy
look,
think?
No, I know what Tammy thinks.
Okay, that's all that matters to me.
Tammy's she would be pissed off at me, but at the same time, she wouldn't describe it as stealing, which is the issue here. Right? I understand if they're bitter at me, but you can't. It's not stealing. That's the whole thing I'm trying to stand up for. Like, anyway, you guys are ridiculous. I wanted to spend this whole time about LeBron being clutch down the stretch in the fourth quarter last night.
Caramels or LeBron?
You haven't even
only
talked
choose one, you
CFL
can't
yet.
know.
Whatever
We
you
haven't
want.
got to. I've been teasing that CFL.
We might have to say that one for the hang-ups.
We still got to do the cool bet hotline of the day too, so we'll get into that as well. And then Gage is going to pop by. Let's get into 3 questions too many today. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment here?
3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda, including dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. Pop by today, as they'll give you all the candy and caramel you need. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
I like the people saying Jerry actually got 5 because the Calgary Flames aren't technically an
There's a
NHL
few
team
people-
right now.
yeah,
That makes sense.
Well done.
Yeah, 780-218-9999. Let's pound that box this morning. Let's see here. I think we need to break Dusty's betrayal down into 2 categories. Was it stealing? No. He purchased the candy. Was it ethically and morally disgusting? Yes, he stole from children. Yeah, how can you say he stole from children when you already clarified that it wasn't stealing? Horrible text. But thanks for the support. Thanks for pounding the box, Kid Thunder, at 780-218-9999. I was out at Park Mazda yesterday. Great experience. Mitch, a handsome man. A little bit of a rugged look with some of the hair he's got going on right now.
Is that right?
Yeah, like longer hair, like a little rugged.
Oh, winter thing
I
now,
like
eh?
it.
Getting
Yeah,
into the fall
winter
season.
Mitch is
Yeah,
ready to go.
you're-
But it's a good time out there. And no, I'm a truck guy, but I'm going to be one of those selfish truck guys who doesn't want to haul anything for anybody. Very short list. My hauling list will be very short. Very short. Things for the office, things for my house, possibly a select few of my close friends like Glenn Suter. Eric, do you have a Twitter account?
Certainly nobody in this room.
Well, no, because here,
given
office,
today's events,
office crew, I mean, Maddie's out.
Well, yeah.
Maddie's out for sure. You're hanging in there still.
By a thread.
All right. Do you have a Twitter account?
I have a Twitter account. It's at Lieutenant_Eric. If you want to check out the costumery from today as well, that's all up there. And at YEG Sports Talk, it's the account of our station here, Edmonton Sports Talk. Give it a follow as well. And congratulations, boys, 5,000
subs on YouTube.
That's a lot of sub sandwiches.
Yeah, that's good. 5,000's good. Let's keep pushing. You know what's better than 5,000? 5,100. Give us a sub. If you're watching right now, or you're watching archived, or you're listening right now on TuneIn or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, slide on over. Give us a little sub on YouTube. Turn on notifications so you know when we're rolling live, right? You probably like that as well. Scott Laurie, who you'll see in here Fridays for Sobeys and Safer Liquor Beer of the Week, says Dusty's not theft. That's just the perk of being a dad. Bingo.
Scott needs some hauling
Bingo.
done, it sounds like, eh? Somebody needs a truck, hey? Laurie needs a truck.
Hey,
you know,
Scott, you need something hauled? Fire me a text. On my good side. But I'm probably too busy and can't help you anyway. All right, question number 1 for 3 questions too many today. Obviously, some Halloween questions that trickled in to the Paris Jewelers inbox today. If you could receive only one Halloween candy for the rest of your entire life, what would it be?
Candy corn.
You're lying.
Hot take.
Hot
take alert.
You're making that up.
I love
right?
this stuff. It's just pure sugar. Why
you
would you
love
need...
candy corn?
Yeah, it's easy. It's and the little pumpkins as well. Give them to me. You don't want them? Send
I don't
them
even
my
know
way.
if I've ever even put a candy corn in my mouth.
Colored sugar cubes. that's
Horrible
all it is.
reputation.
I don't care.
It looks disgusting.
Why does it look disgusting?
I don't know. It just looks gross. It looks like everybody took the leftover colors from Halloween and just put it in this little triangle.
Yellow and orange. Like it was...
I don't know. It looks weird to me. The candy corn.
I think it's really hip to hate candy corn these days.
You think so?
It's in vogue. It's really cool to be like, oh, candy corn, oh, it's gross.
Do you think candy corn ever had its wheelhouse? Like when it
Perhaps.
was just like,
maybe it's cyclical. Maybe it's like a fashion thing where it'll roar back. And again, I don't mind the candy corn. I think the pumpkins don't get a lot of love. They're a little more thick. I think there's a little more sugar per cubed centimeter. But yeah, I'll take any of them. Bring me your candy corns and your candied pumpkins and your candied whatever. I'll have it.
For me, it would probably be.
Can I take a guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Does it start with a C? Like, I don't know.
I do like those small little caramel bars.
What do you hate though? I mean, that's another.
Well, candy corn. Although I don't know because I haven't really tried it. So
just give it a shot.
Yeah.
Raisins is the clubhouse leader for me. It always has been.
Yeah,
Getting raisins.
don't give out raisins at Halloween.
Or peanuts in the shell, like a handful of. There's a guy that growing up we called him the bum because he let his yard kind of go to crap. Which in modern day, I mean, a lot of people do. It's kind of he's a naturalist, shall we say. But you got to his door. It was always because you never knew what he was going to give out, and he'd give you a handful of peanuts. Some shelled, some not.
The bum would just give out the peanuts.
And into the bag they go, and then you dump it out when you get home, and there's just shells all over the place, stringy parts of peanut shells and everything like that. But don't do that. Don't do the peanuts. Don't do and the allergies as well. I mean, we forget about that.
You can't do that anymore.
Peanuts and raisins.
I think we're probably 7 to 8 years away from people canceling Halloween anyway. So we'll see how that goes. I would an honorable mention to the rockets. You know, like the little candies, the little tube of rockets. I do like rockets.
I was Charles
Just
Manson.
sugar pellets.
Charles Manson. That one year, I walked around handing them out like drugs.
Oh
The
yeah,
rockets are
that
my
worked
drugs.
out well.
Yeah.
That was probably a
good
great
job.
idea. Question number 2. Oh, this is a good one. Who or what is the scariest thing in sports right now?
Wembanyama.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say Wemby. Like, if you're an NBA player and you're looking at this new Fred, now he's not hurt yet. He looks like a very imposing figure. I would think for an NBA player, it's probably a little scary going up against this dude.
He just looks, watching him right now, early returns, right? Seeing him on the court.
Yeah.
Just seeing him out there against other giants as well.
If you're a Flames fan, your organization right now being in disarray is probably one of the scariest
taking
things.
it the other
Well, I mean,
direction. I
it's
get
weird,
that,
though,
yeah.
because Calgary has 2 wins, and how many wins does Edmonton have? 2 wins. So if the Oilers had lost that game on Sunday, then I think the Oilers currently would be the scariest thing in sports. But they won it. Then they had a good Halloween party, and now maybe things are on track, right?
I'd say Manchester United's record this season is probably a little scary. Send shivers down your spine, does it not, Matty? 5 wins, 5 losses.
Oh, man, Eric's trying to get you fired up today, too. I love it.
Something else.
What do you think is the scariest thing in sports right now, Matty?
Harden and the Clippers. Or just the Clippers
The
as
Clippers
a whole,
thinking that's going to work.
Frightening.
That's a little scary,
You can
too.
take it both ways, though.
Yeah, I guess you can go either way on that one.
I don't know. There's a lot I could go to in soccer world. I don't really want to open up some of those can of worms, though, right now.
Is that like a Premier League thing that's scary? Or never mind.
One is Premier League. One is FIFA.
Oh, wow. What's scary with FIFA
Oh,
right
the World
The
Cup.
awarding of the World
Yeah,
Cup,
yeah,
how that's all being done, and just we haven't learned anything.
But they know we know now, so they're just doing
They
it
don't
over.
care.
Nobody
Yeah.
cares. Nobody cares.
Like, you know it's a scandal?
We know it's
and
all
they know
fixed
it's
now,
all
yeah.
fixed?
It's just, yeah.
You guys
And then the other one
you guys
is
weren't surprised by this, though, were you? Like,
no, but it's still where things go with all of this.
Remember when the guy threw all those bills at Sepp Blatter?
Yep.
Those were the days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jen in the nasty chat says she was on my side until I said that I wouldn't have done it if my wife was around. Then she goes, then I knew it was wrong. But okay, so maybe I knew it was frowned upon, but that doesn't mean it's stealing. It's still technically our candy. It's a ridiculous angle.
It's
Look
earmarked.
It's not
You knew
earmarked.
who was
Candy's not earmarked until it goes out the front
No,
door.
it was
I'm
in those
sorry.
bags. If it wasn't in those bags, it'd be different. If it was still in their boxes, then you could go eat whatever you want. But it was placed into bags because those bags are going to the trick-or-treaters. And you went into those bags and took from them.
I'm going to throw this pen at you.
Go for it. I'll throw it back right back, and you can't
'cause
see.
of that light there, it'll take out an eye. All right, question number 3. Any movement on the first overall pick yet, Lieutenant Eric?
Wow, what a question.
Yeah.
Look, the phone's a little cold. The fax machine is on, but not pumping anything out.
What do you want? What do you want?
What do you have? I mean, I'll
Okay,
take
so
anything.
what would I have to
we
add?
can even go outside the drafts. I mean, you can start trading me in personal items or some sort of monetary,
Oh,
maybe
Jesus,
maybe
changes things. Commissioner, is
5
that allowed?
free loads in the truck that I can.
Commissioner, where would you come out on me giving Lieutenant Eric $25 for the first overall
Buying
pick in
the
this
pick.
draft?
Yeah, just straight up buying the pick.
NBA style. Like, there's no rules here. Like, I want to go 1-2, and I'm willing to pay $25 to pick 1-2 in this.
No.
The dawning of a new draft era.
No.
EST
This is
draft.
our one window to really open it up.
Draft anymore.
No money.
No money.
Okay, so
That's
not
opening
money,
up.
but what about other things? Like, what if I said
Favors
to Eric,
and,
I'll give you this
material.
No.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
No.
no,
It's got to be stuff related
it
to.
has to be draft capital.
Has to be. I would almost go as far as saying it's got to be EST capital.
EST.
Like,
capital.
I don't know if there's a way you could sell something else on air or something, maybe like that.
We don't even technically know. This would be really greasy, but what if I said Eric could have 2 extra days off this year?
No.
Now
Rick,
we're talking,
Rick,
baby.
No.
You spiced it up to a full 5, and now we're talking.
No.
We'll meet somewhere in the middle here.
I'm trading my 7th round pick and a bonus week of vacation to Eric for the first overall pick in the draft.
No.
That's okay, so we can't.
Well, it will just stick with it's draft capital.
Okay,
Draft capital. Since it's
tough to make a deal in the
not
draft league.
It is tough.
We've only had one.
Okay, because Tommy will be back on the drafts and Jay will be back on drafts too. So I could do it in one way.
You can't do future picks.
I would allow future picks.
That would be tough unless we lock in just.
It's
4
your
people
your next draft.
That we're all in together.
No, that you have. You lose picks, I think.
That's
but then
business.
what if Milne's not in the next draft, right? So that makes it tough.
I got to figure out how that would work.
I think we just stick with
Well, I'm saying the next time
capital.
you guys are on together would be the swap.
But sometimes that first overall is very
it's
definite.
like
whereas
Eric and
other
I
times
are-
it's a mix.
Yeah.
So I couldn't.
You
know
can
without
make it.
knowing
You
what
two
the
can make a
draft
trade in the next draft.
So I say
it'd be the
Eric,
same.
I'll give you my first in the next
But
draft.
if Eric made a trade with Jay, the next time Jay's in with you guys, that's when you split.
then you can really build up for a nice draft, right? Like it's almost like
But you also don't know which draft you're getting.
And that's my point. I don't know, so I don't. Maybe I want it more. Maybe it holds more value in the next draft than this draft.
What would I have to add to the second pick to get the
Caramels.
first pick? Maddie, is that allowed?
No.
Can I take more caramel from these kids today?
Robbing more children.
You just said it. Taking it from the children. The words you just said were taking from the children.
Run it back. Clip it.
Taking, not stealing. I'm taking it because it's
From the
mine.
children.
I'm not stealing it. That's the issue here. The
You're
stealing
taking
is
it from the
issue,
children.
dude.
You're taking it from the children, which is you're stealing
So
from the
this
children.
text is in from Big Uke. Says, unless these candy bags were physically in a kid's trick-or-treat bag, then it's not stealing. They are Nielsen property until received by the kids at the door. Agreed. Thanks, Uke. Appreciate that.
But no, first overall pick is still on the table. If you come and get it, it's going out to you too, Glue Guy. If anybody, I mean, he's the one that actually needs it the most.
Glue
really.
Guy
He's-
should come in and
it's a
make
tough
a
spot.
splash.
This would be a way to announce himself on the scene.
It really would. That's a soccer reference. Right? He's announcing himself. I know that. That's one of my favorite soccer terms.
Well, my tail is up for tomorrow. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know what that means. All right. There you go. That's 3 questions. Too many brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda. They're your dealer for life. They're my dealer for the rest of my life now. I've kind of made my bed with Park Mazda, and that's nice. All right, Joaquin Gage is bringing Gager here once again. Gager's popping by just like Craig Button a little bit early on for Pro-Am Sports. They've got you covered for Heritage Classic souvenirs, including pucks, pins, prints, and jersey patches. Visit them in Edmonton on St. Albert Trail, just north of Yellowhead or online at proamsports.ca. Joaquin Gage, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good, boys. How's Happy Halloween?
Yeah, happy Halloween to you and yours.
It's been an interesting show so far, Gager. I've been accused of stealing candy that is technically my own property.
You've admitted a couple of times.
No, I haven't admitted to stealing it. So, Gager, Tammy and the Muzz yesterday sorted all of our candy into like little Ziploc bags. So every little bag got like 4 pieces of candy. So then last night everybody was in bed. I wanted a little treat, so I went into 5 or 6 of those
under
bags.
the cover of darkness.
I don't know. The lights were on, so I go into the bags and I take out about 5 or 6 Caramilks out of 5 or 6 of the bags. These guys are accusing me of stealing from children. As a parent yourself, do you view it that way?
Who's accusing you of stealing?
Matt and Eric are accusing me of stealing candy that had not even been given to children yet.
Oh, 2 guys without children? You're getting accused of your parenting skills by, you know what? People without children are always the best parents and how to do things. It's all crap, you two. You have no idea what it's like being a father.
We got to live with these choices, though. We got to live with the choices he's making.
This has nothing to do with parenting. This is about other kids. These are about other children's kids.
If Dusty was going across the street and breaking into the house and stealing candy from that house, maybe I'd have an issue with that. Maybe. But no.
This is our candy, right, Gager? Like,
you brought them into this world. You're allowed to take stuff from them.
But it's not his kids he's taking from.
No.
Not from his kids. He's taking from bags for other
Robbing the
people's
neighborhood.
kids.
Robbing the
It's
neighborhood.
not.
The-
It's
no,
you
it's
have to-
not.
when the kids come back, you can take whatever candy from your kids you want after. I don't care about that. That's your
Is there
kids.
names? Is there names on these bags?
There's
Is
no
little
names.
Jimmy's name?
No,
Like, how do
Gager.
you? As soon as the transaction is done, until that moment, that is the Nielsen's candy to do what they please with. What if no kids come to the house? Does Dusty have to all of a sudden
Then
go
it's his.
deliver all this crap?
Then it's
Oh,
his.
come on.
It
Oh my
is.
gosh, man.
It is earmarked for children, and he took from those children.
No,
Gager,
what
nailed
children?
it.
What children? What children?
For all we know, nobody
Who?
comes to our house.
Then
What
it's
if the-
yours.
yeah.
Then
Mine now. It's mine
it's
already.
for the kids until the porch light comes off.
Oh God, I want you to have kids one day. Buddy. I mean, if I can't find my wallet, I'm going through my kid's piggy bank to grab a beer on my dog walk. So forget it.
But this isn't about your kids. This isn't about Dusty's kids. These are about other people's kids. And
It's in the house. Everything in my house belongs to my family, right? As of right now. Even though maybe something's going to someone else, it's mine right now. Once it transfers, then it's the kids.
So once you buy a Christmas gift, you could just take it back before they open it.
You could.
Damn
It's
straight.
still yours. Yeah. Okay. It could.
Yeah.
You could. Right?
Yeah, and that happens because I'm the worst shopper for gifts for my wife. Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
Go on.
And my wife, she has a birthday. It's on the 17th of December and then the 25th. So we were in Europe one time, and in Germany, and I bought her like a makeup kind of thing, right? I thought it was good, but it's all in German, and I didn't realize. And it was a Luft cream. And that's basically old age cream that I bought her. And so she looked and saw that I bought her old age cream and lost it. And I had to go get her a Prada purse after that. Made up for it. But yeah, it's been a rough go ever since.
Gager, at this point, is Halloween a nothing to you? Like, your kids are a little bit older. So are you just at the house dishing out candy tonight or what?
Yeah, I'll go buy some candy for myself, and then if kids come by, I will transfer it to them, and it will be their candy. Yes, Dusty, that's probably what I will do.
Joaquin Gage was on the show this morning. Fergie's prostate text in and says, Dusty, you simply retooled your distribution center. That's exactly what it was. It makes sense. There's your legal argument on
You
it.
even said your wife would not approve of this.
No, she
That's
wouldn't approve of it.
So
but
there you
guess
go.
what? I don't need approval from my wife to eat candy that's in our house.
Apparently you do because you
Well,
did
I
it
waited
under the
till
shadow of the
I waited till
narc.
She went to bed
Shadow
to do
of
it, but that
darkness.
doesn't change anything. She shouldn't have gone to bed so early. I mean, I guess that's how it works out. Gager, all right, let's talk Oilers. We're gonna get into it on two guys today a little bit as well. But I mean, it was a really nice game. Calgary sucks, the big one. From what you saw from that game, do you think they're starting to figure it out, or is it too soon to say?
A little too soon to say. They got to string a few more good efforts together. But again, the one thing that I found that the Oilers did in this game that they hadn't done in any of the previous games was their tenacity on the puck and their ability to strip pucks in the offensive zone and in the neutral zone for that matter. They were much better in engaging and limiting the time and space of the Flames. I know the Flames didn't have a great game, but the Oilers played at a level that the Flames really couldn't get anything going. There's a little bit they pushed in the second period there, but I just found their play without the puck was way better, way more active and kind of just tenacious.
Yeah.
I wonder, Dusty, if this game came at the perfect time with all the distractions and having to go and skate at the rink and families coming in, they didn't have a lot of time to actually think of the predicament that they put themselves in, and they looked like it. They just went out and played, and we saw what can happen when they probably just simplify it and don't have to not thinking too much about the systems and everything. They just went out and played hard, and it was a good game.
Well, when you look at that Nuge, Hyman, Kane line, Gager, you ride that out here for a little bit and see if it's something that could legitimately maybe become a line that you just leave alone for a while?
Oh yeah, you have to. I think Evander should come out in those glasses and that hat every time in warm up. Now that was a very thunderous look. Yeah, they're good. I mean, Evander Kane's playing well. Again, that speed, physicality. Love that Evander was mic'd up. I wish you could get the real helmet cam of him talking and some of the trash that he was saying. That
he
would
should
have
be
been
mic'd
way
up
better.
every game, Gager. Like they should just put a mic on, even if it's not recording. Just say you're mic'd up again, and then away he goes. Right?
Just get him going.
Yeah.
They should have everyone mic'd up, Eric, and put it on a paid service. I would pay for it. To
Now we're
hear
talking.
That stuff.
Now
that would be unbelievable. Somewhat like F1.
I was just gonna say F1 Gager coming through here. That's for sure.
Gage, and just like the play on the ice, and we've gone over the game and how important this was for this group. You being a former Oiler, alumnus, that type of thing. Just what was the weekend like for you, experiencing all of this? Is there anything if there's one thing I guess that you could go back on and maybe change or improve? But I mean, pretty good grades for this event over the weekend leading up to the game. But just walk us through your weekend, how it was, and if you would change anything at all, I guess, going forward.
No, it was great. I mean, starting it all off with the Hall of Fame game, I know it wasn't the best effort from the Oilers, but seeing some old Oilers coming into town, Doug Waite going up, Charlie Huddy going up, all the events around in the rink playing games with some of the players. It was nice to see a little bit more interaction with the actual players. We know how hard it is to gain access to some of these guys, and they do need their time and space, but to see a little bit more of them just socializing and in the community, I thought was great. The event itself, I didn't go to the event. Everyone didn't want to go with me, so but It was great. I enjoyed watching it and all the pictures and things. I love to see the guys after the game with their families and enjoying that great weekend. Like Connor, I think he said, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to do it. And it was nice to have the people that are closest to you all involved as well.
Joaquin Gage with us here on the Nielsen Show. He'll be back on Two Guys and Goalie today at noon right here at Edmonton Sports Talk, live sports talk from 6 in the morning until 1 o'clock every single day. You can listen to us on TuneIn or at edmontonsportstalk.com. Gager, let's flip over to Formula One. What a start to the race with Max Verstappen just barreling through. Like, I don't know. So Ferrari gets the front row lockout, and I mean, it's a disaster from the start. I mean, I don't know what Ferrari would have to do to find success. Like, you just can't have anything go worse than how it did. And Max Verstappen 3 corners into the race is in the lead. Like, it just summarizes the season, I guess.
It's funny how they mentioned before the race, if there's any race of the year that you kind of don't want to be in the front row, it's in Mexico because of the length. And they were even saying that Max purposely came third in qualifying so he could get that slipstream behind. I mean, they were laughing, but then I think it was Coulthard said I wouldn't put it past him if he actually did do this. So, I mean, Ferrari did okay. Like they're at least they're getting the strategy right. The car is a little bit behind, but not overall a bad performance considering the last 2 years what they've gone through. Yeah, I mean, what I really liked was Piastri, the way he was battling with Yuki Tsunoda. You see Yuki go nuts, and Piastri's just cool as a cucumber. But the biggest thing, the driver of the whole weekend has to be Lando Norris, Dusty. Like, after just a miserable qualifying and then just slicing through the field at the end, going wheel to wheel with Ricciardo, everything was puckering up at that point. Just unbelievable. And seeing Daddy Rick actually in the points, man, he's ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. This lines up these last 3 races now with Hamilton. I believe it's only 20 points back. The constructors is really close now. Of course, Red Bull's far and away. It's just watching how many races Max can still win. But there are a lot of other key battles. I think even for third in the drivers. I mean, it's going to come down right to the wire.
Danny Rick, I think all of us were happy to see it, unless you're Checo. I think everybody's like, Danny Rick's back. Even like part of Red Bull's team is like, yeah, Danny Rick's back. Like, here we go. So that's gonna be an interesting way to see that storyline navigates its way out, doesn't it?
Well, let's see. He's got to repeat it, I think, to really put the pressure on Checo. I mean, he's got it coming from both sides now. He's got Lewis breathing down his neck, right? And now he's got to not only try to finish second in the drivers, but he has to make sure that he outperforms Ricciardo. Like if Ricciardo starts putting in faster lap times and stuff, and performing well in a car not as good as that RB18, man, that's going to make it even more difficult with this decision at the end of the year. Checo's got to do something these last 3 races, man, or he's gonna find himself out of a seat.
Gager, as always, buddy, great catching up with you. We'll talk to you on 2 Guys and a Goalie in 2.5 hours.
Happy Halloween.
Can't wait.
There you go. 3.5 hours, I guess. That's Joaquin Gage for Pro-Am Sports. A couple of text messages that have trickled in. One from my wife. Now, obviously, she's going to be on your guys' side because everybody's against heel Dusty.
Is that what
she's this close to not having me haul anything in the truck. She's this close to being moved off the truck hauling list herself.
What did she say?
Well, she says, did you redistribute the candy from other bags to even them out? Now there's bags with less.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Who cares? I don't care about
Thank
that.
you, Tammy. I'm
But
sorry.
It's not
Tammy,
stealing.
Tammy, I am sorry Dusty did this to you in your house.
Please.
Your whole household. This is how your neighborhood is going to view you guys.
People are going to talk.
Yeah.
People aren't talking.
Well,
Nobody's going to know that the bags
Oh,
will
I'm
be
sorry.
in the Facebook page. I'm sure the
Do you not
Facebook
have
page
some
is
listeners nearby?
Well, everybody listens.
And they know. So now they know that you're bragging. You're bragging. You're putting it in their faces. Like, look at what I did. I stole from your kids in the
Prosper's at
neighborhood.
home crying right now.
Prosper. You're a bad man, Dusty. It's not. Look, the whole.
Again,
issue
sorry,
I have
Tammy.
with you
I am
guys-
sorry, Tammy.
No. Listen, you're right. There are bags with less now, and I didn't redistribute, and I don't care about that because it's our candy.
It's Tammy's.
It's not stealing. This is the issue here. You guys said I stole. I didn't steal when it's ours. Like Gager had my back because he's a reasonable man.
He also kept talking about with your kids and had nothing to do with your kids.
I'm not even going to go haul something for Gager in the truck. I'm going to let him stand in the box and drive him around. And he can wave to people like Dean Faithful in the back of a truck.
Throw carrot milks to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see a glue guy chiming
I see.
in.
Oh, yeah.
No, this
Glue
is
guy's got to be careful.
breaking news.
Glue guy's got to be careful because he texts in here. It's Jay Milne. He's going to be in on the draft with us tomorrow. There will, in caps, be a trade or 2 tomorrow. Signed EST Glue guy.
We have problems enough turning 1 trade in this draft league. I mean,
First
that's hard
of
enough to
all,
construct. He wants 2.
If Glue Guy rolls in here thinking he's going to pull off 2 trades tomorrow, he's nuts. Unless he sucks Tommy Cazzola into just an awful deal. I could see Tommy getting raked over the coals by Glue Guy.
We're talking here. We're not even.
They might be talking
They're
there.
probably talking. I get that. Tommy trades
Does
down.
Glue Guy trade for the 4-5 swing in his first draft?
That could be it. Hey.
That is interesting.
Couple comments in the nasty chat. Joe Balaneski, I live in the Hamptons. My daughter won't be going to the Nielsen house for candy. Michael Wiggins, I live in the neighborhood. Heel Dusty took the candy out of my little girl's mouth.
Wow.
First of all,
first-hand
to
accounts here.
Balaneski and Wiggins, stay the hell out of my cul-de-sac. If I see either of you in my cul-de-sac, I will run you over in the truck. No, I don't see it that way. Your kid's still going to get free candy from my house. Duh. I mean, you're welcome.
I do sense a little bit
People
of
are so
backpedaling
grateful.
now,
Now it's like, I don't get enough candy.
No.
This is what's wrong with society in 2023. People thinking that they have this, they're going to get this candy when it's a treat. We're giving them a little treat. They should be happy with anything they get.
I hope some of those kids do trick instead of treat.
Well, he has a big tree in
Good.
his
Go
yard.
ahead, because I got the water
trees.
hose
You got-
locked and loaded.
Wow.
I'll spray those little buggers down. This guy, Jason Leduc says, Dusty's acting like he's going to be denied entrance to heaven if he admits it was stealing.
Well, it's kind of you.
I will
not
not.
asking for
It
a
wasn't.
lot here,
It
right?
wasn't. It's not stealing. So, for example, Let's use Peter Chiarelli as an example because he was a god-awful joke of a general manager. So Peter Chiarelli is sitting there lining up his draft picks going, oh, I'm going to trade these to the Vancouver Canucks. Okay? And then the day comes to do the trade, or the night before the trade, he goes, you know what? I'm going to keep these 2 picks for myself. You're going to accuse Chiarelli. You're stealing picks from the Canucks.
This is a trade,
it's the exact
this
same
is
thing.
2 parties coming together.
Yeah, this is about kids.
It's a terrible example. I know
This day is about kids.
Including Chiarelli, he's trying to get the...
It's about kids having a great time. They're trying to just have a wonderful day. You know, kids look so much forward to this to try to get as much candy as possible. When you were a kid, you would have wanted as much candy as you could, and you took from these kids.
Are you even handing out candy?
I'm going to my brother's place to hand it out.
Oh.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you guys have something in the condo? Will Tom be?
No, because you can't go between floors.
Are you going to ask if your brother had any of the candy that they purchased for Halloween already?
They're not in baggies, probably. That's the issue.
Don't make this a baggies
issue. If it was just in the box, that's one thing.
No,
but they're individually marked.
Wrong.
They're put in bags, and you went into those bags, and you didn't replace them.
This text flies in. Your neighbor Michelle won't be sending kids your way, Dusty.
Good.
LOL.
Good. I hope we have less kids.
Wow, this is your game. Hey,
honestly,
the long game. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Less kids. You know what that means? More candy for my children, who are my priority on Halloween. Keep them safe. Keep them fed.
Didn't even share with your kids. You just took it all for yourself.
Oh, my kids have had. My kids have more than enough candy right now, buddy. All right, let's get into our cool bet hotline of the day. I don't even know if we're going to be able to come to terms on a parlay today.
Mr. Lean.
Because I'm going to dunk on Mr. Lean as he gets into his leans here. Boy, tons of games last night in the NHL. 2 tonight. Got World Series action as well. The Diamondbacks -109 favorites against the Texas Rangers. Association City, we got 3 games. Clippers -250 against the Magic on the money line. Magic played last night. Actually put up a pretty good fight. Mr. Lean, anything you're looking at here today?
I'm going towards baseball, and I'm going towards leaning on the Diamondbacks pulling the win. In fact, I'm going to take a little better value if I was leaning on this, and I would take the -1 at +135. If the Diamondbacks even up this series, I think they're doing it by a few runs.
So if they win by 1, you push.
It's
So
if they win by 2 or more,
if they win by 2 or more,
plus
so
135.
If you're going to do that, you could take a -1.5 at +178, right? Because then they win by 2 or more as well. You just don't get the push.
Yeah, I'd rather have the push.
That's a Mr. Lean thing to do, right?
I'd rather have a push,
Keep the push
there,
window open.
where it's if they win, you're good either way. They win, either you just get your money back or you're walking away with a victory.
This is going to be weird on a little bit of a parlay if Patty wants to put this together, but I'm going to get on Corey Seager over 1.5 total bases at -115 for your cool bet hotline of the day. So if they're going to throw that together, it'll have to be Seager on one side of it, over 1.5, which certainly can't happen, at -115. And then Maddie likes the Diamondbacks -1 at +135. If you guys want to put it together over at CoolBet, Patty, Jake, whoever's watching, Ev Dog, if you want to put it together, watch for it. Probably pop up in the exclusives, or you can just go click on MLB, click on that game, and dive into the player props, or in the middle section on the run line action. You can find it at 1. Tommy, no costume today? Oh. You have no costumes from previous Halloweens? Oh, man. Sounds like you're a pretty boring Halloween guy. Yeah.
Do you want to borrow a mask?
All right. If you want to hop on there, coolbet.com. And if you're not yet signed up for an account at CoolBet, use the code LOCKSHOP when you do.
What's the over and under CoolBet's going to set for eggs hitting the Nielsen household tonight?
None. Nobody's going to throw eggs at my house.
YG parlay.
I'm still giving out copious amounts of candy.
By like 7:30, the lights will be off, the blinds will be shut. You're going to be one of those houses that like
yes, they
keep
will.
on walking type of thing. You'll be out of candy because you've eaten the candy.
No, we're not going to be out of candy
now because you haven't done the math properly.
5 extra caramels, you guys.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
gonna shut down at like 6 o'clock,
6:30.
I do like to shut. I do like to shut down early.
Wow.
We don't want kids. I don't want no kids.
What's early?
I'll turn the light off 8:15.
I'm doing 9.
Yeah, I think
9 is a
like,
good hard limit.
Unless like no one's,
even I'm
unless
staying up a
you've
little
gone through a long period of time where no one's coming to your door.
Yeah, that's kind of, and I still
Then-
leave candy out there. I just turn the light off. If somebody's brave enough to walk up to our house in the dark and see a candy bag on the step, they can go take it. Might be one of those ones that has a little bit less than the other ones, but
snooze, you
it's
lose,
still
right?
there
Yeah,
for
it's-
them, right? So I don't know. I didn't think I'd get accused of all this stuff today.
Like, you know, honestly, just take those 6 bags, take one bag, combine that candy and the 5 others, and you're good to go. Throw that one bag out and you're set. But you're shortchanging 6 kids tonight. And you feel good about yourself. Well.
So,
No, it's not like I feel good, I just don't care.
It's the truck thing has gone to your head.
I saw Surveyor
You're
Brett say,
now
Dusty, the truck has changed you.
Big truck, big attitude.
This is some Halloween Grinch stuff. It's not Halloween Grinch stuff. I'm still giving away
Well, you
all
said
the
it.
candy in the world.
You've taken from kids. You admitted that.
Taken from kids because they never got it.
You said earlier in this, you said
say
I
anything.
took from these kids.
I didn't say anything, Maddie.
I'll pull that tape up.
No time. We're almost done. Chris is in 8:15. The kids are just getting started for round 3.
You're going to need 3 rounds to get your fair share of candy at the Nielsen household.
Oh, man. When are you done with the mornings? When's YouTube trip?
He's in tomorrow for the first one.
Okay. Now he's going to just be watching?
He'll sit
Day
next
one?
to me and
Okay,
he'll watch.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. All right, there we go.
By the end of this month, I'll be gone.
By the end of the month, Mr. Lean will be Hangout exclusive. And then I'm going to come on there and I'm going to grind into you. All right. Man, should we get to that CFL conversation I wanted to have? Do we have time?
We
can
could
kind
push
of
it to the
start and then
Hangout.
continue it over to the Hangout.
Yeah, we could bring it to the Hangout.
Yeah, I think it's kind of flying under the radar that.
Well, in typical CFL fashion, that's kind of how this always goes.
Exactly.
You know, any negative story gets pushed to the front. Any positive story is
Like we're talking about NHL attendance not being great in some Canadian markets right now. CFL had an attendance bump this year, and TV ratings have been better than the last couple of years. And I think we should, as a nation, be pretty excited about that. And maybe I'm I'm a little bit of a homer here because I'm one of the guys who are on the TV broadcast. But I is this not like if it was the other way around? If it was CFL attendance drops by 10%, TV ratings down, everybody would be like, the league is awful. Yeah. It's Bush League. When's it gonna fold? Rick's right. Instead, ratings are up, attendance is up, and nobody's praising it and being like, wow, things are great in the CFL. Things are great in the CFL. It's been an amazing season. Some of these teams, like they had a team tie for the best record in the history of the game. They just happen to be the defending Grey Cup champions. You've got a team that's been to the Grey Cup for 3 years in a row now, finished first in the West again. The BC Lions continue to emerge both on and off the field as a possible juggernaut in the CFL moving forward. Edmonton has had a star quarterback emerge onto the scene who just happens to be Canadian. Riders have been a train wreck, and anytime one of your elite franchises becomes a train wreck, there's lots of discussion points on that front. Ottawa, tough year. Calgary still somehow made the playoffs for an 18th consecutive season, which is a very impressive victory. Montreal took basically, I don't want to call them the scraps from Saskatchewan, but 2 key pieces from the Riders went out to Montreal, took them to a home playoff date. And the Hamilton Tiger Cats have found a way to get things going in the second half of the season as well. Like I think it's been a really good year in the Canadian Football League, and nobody ever wants to talk about the CFL positives. They only want to bitch about it when there's negatives. It's nuts to me.
And winning helps, and not every team can win all the time. That's in any league, right? I mean, there are teams that get beaten up on, and there are teams that win more than some others. And that just naturally happens, depending on markets. Edmonton is going through that right now. Over the last couple of seasons, and we've heard gripes from people, but what are we talking about when it comes to NHL? We're talking about, it's not lack of interest, right? It's not because people don't like hockey anymore. It's cost. And I think you use the CFL model as well. Like, look, they're not giving away tickets for free. You don't go there, eat and drink for free. It's going to cost a little bit of money. But in terms of the skyrocketing costs in those 4 major leagues, when you look at the CFL, hell, you look at Riverhawks baseball, you look at other options in and around the city or the province, there are places to go where you can get a little more bang for your buck. And I think the CFL would be one of them in terms of cost versus what you're getting out of it. And I think, given the game and given some of these markets like a Vancouver, Toronto, where you're seeing some exciting football for once, not just winning, but winning excitingly, winning entertainingly. And yeah, Winnipeg, I mean, that's been a benchmark, but you look at Saskatchewan too. I mean, that's something they'll have to correct moving forward. But not all teams go in, but in a 9-team league, when you're seeing that type of half are on the up, half are on the down, but the attendance is still generally good, it's a feel-good story, and it's a win for the CFL. And again, once this market gets going again, which it will, I look forward to Edmonton adding to those numbers. So yeah, you're just thinking, I've always said that this league is the blue-collar league. You, listening or watching, make largely what these guys, or vice versa, right? There's a connection there between the players on the field doing their craft and doing their work and you paying to watch them. And I think that relationship needs to be celebrated more. And it's not you're paying upwards of thousands and thousands of dollars going to watch a guy make close to $1 billion. That trade-off to me has grown so much that it's getting harder and harder to justify.
You can get season tickets to an Elks season ticket package for the same price as like a really nice ticket for one game with the others. You know what I mean?
It's a tough argument there to make for the other. So,
Matty, would you describe this year in the CFL as a positive year for the league overall, or what do you think?
Well, it's tough to say for me just because of the market we're in. And while there are good things with this team, there still are some question marks. There's the future of the president. What is
so you're
happen.
Allowing like what's happening here to kind of
it's obviously going to cloud what I'm thinking about the rest of the league. I see the issues of attendance in Saskatchewan. I see the issues of attendance in Calgary, and then you add in Edmonton. And the CFL is built on the prairies. It's built on the 4 franchises.
So you're saying attendance
between
there
Alberta
is
and
more
Manitoba,
than Toronto and BC,
easily. And when Saskatchewan and Edmonton, especially those two, are having a little bit down years in terms of the attendance. Elks for a few years now, down years. And then you add Calgary onto this. That is going to be concerning to me because you need the prairies. You need that roaring. And you add but also I guess the flip side is right? The flip side is that you would expect that those could come back. And if they come back and you got BC and Toronto all of a sudden doing well, then the league's in a way better spot, right?
Attendance was up slightly, but you make a good point. It wasn't up in Saskatchewan.
No.
It wasn't up here, and it wasn't up in Calgary. Which
those markets you would see again. You drop a little winning into those markets again, they'd be more apt to come back than those coastal. Which again, like Toronto and Vancouver were quagmires in terms of getting people there and all that, and now you've seen not just winning football, but entertaining football.
I don't know. I think it's been a good year. If you want to chime in, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Michael in the Nasty Chat says, does Dusty's truck have a name yet? How about the Heel Mobile? I don't know.
That's the sticker on the back.
Do people name their vehicles still?
I never did.
I named my one car, I just called it the Taurus. It was a Taurus.
I didn't.
But my buddies and all, we all called it the Taurus.
Late 80s Buick Century I called White Fang for a while.
Oh, White Fang.
Yeah, got me through a lot of
That's
tough
a good
times.
name for a car, actually.
Yeah.
You've never named a car, eh, man?
Nope.
Like call it Black Beauty or something like that.
No, it's never been a thing for my family, but my cousin and aunt and uncle and them, they did that.
They have to.
And then when they told me about this, I was actually a little surprised. I didn't know people did this.
Yeah, my parents named their motorhome. Which is like, I don't know, maybe it's different.
Was that the one that you guys took down to that thing? You had the sign. It was the...
No, that was down to Disneyland. That was a school bus. That was like 27
I can't keep up anymore.
30 years ago,
okay.
probably now, yeah. No, I don't know. I don't name anything. All right, let's get to text of the day. Let's dive into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, get it done at William Huff. Visit their website, williamhuff.com. They've been doing this since 1972, so they know they are really, really good at it. I'm going to have them come rap my door tonight and said, best Halloween place ever. And when people come up, they'll be like, oh, look at this, best Halloween house ever. And they're still getting the candy that we're going to be distributing at a pretty significant rate for all of these kids. All right, what'd you learn on the show today, buddy? Don't even say it.
Well, we learned that you had some thoughts on the James Harden
deal.
deal.
Okay, yes, I did have thoughts on the James Harden deal. I did.
And that happening again, overnight NBA. I mean, the NFL trade deadline today, file 13, that one, right?
The NBA
just
always does
swoops
it.
in again, and away you go, right?
Now, later on today, Derrick Henry's going to get traded for a 6th rounder.
Yeah, you're kind of like
James Harden, who nobody really wants, gets traded for like 9 pieces every 12 months. I learned that. Do you have your other mask still?
Which one?
Yeah, no,
Well, let's give him one more run.
The first one, yeah.
Halloween's only once a year.
Yeah, you got to see it. Eric wore a mask for the 6 o'clock hour today that made him look like people kind of thought it's labeled as female mask, but he kind of looks like Trevor Lawrence.
It really hurts my eyes. Yeah.
Oh, I love it, buddy. That looks so good.
Yeah, it's only like I feel like almost like a Pugliardi as well. Like
Actually, he's got that big smile. You do look a little bit like I think with the hair and the high cheekbones, it makes you look a little bit like Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. That wolf face.
That's good. That's what I learned on the show today. Let's get to your sound of the day today. Kind of torn on sound of the day. Let's revisit this for sure. And then we got time. Maybe we'll hit Monster Mash again too. But today we said, hey, let's celebrate 5,000 subs on YouTube by playing a clip from the vault. And we went to clip 5,002. And it ended up being a Rick Pinter absolute gem that none of us remembered we had.
Let me love you, he says hoarsely. Yes, I answer. And turning, he hauls me into his arms, his lips seeking mine, beseeching me, worshiping me, cherishing me, loving me.
Man, Rick Pinter would read whatever we asked him to read, wouldn't he? That was Pinter reading excerpts from 50 Shades of Grey that we somehow put together on the old show. Comes straight
Rick,
out of the vault today.
Standing by. Say standing by.
Is that what he would say?
Anything.
Standing
by. Any request in the world.
Standing by. There's only one way to really get into your sound of the day on a Halloween show.
I was working in lab late one night when my eyes saw a sight. For my master, his slam, suddenly to my surprise. He did a master bash. He did a master bash. It got a flash. From my laboratory in a castle east. And I see my mama sitting all over my feet. And it goes in the box for me. In the box of black choice.
Man, I don't know if I've ever understood a word that Bobby Brown says in that thing.
It is a joint collaboration
Yeah,
between
that's a real mess. Yeah. That's a real mess. Let's get into your text of the day for A and W. Got a gift certificate to A and W if you want to get your hands on one of their brand new chicken cruncher sandwiches. They're all available. Pretty good reviews on these bad boys so far. The new chicken cruncher sandwiches available at all A&W locations. Drive through pretty much 24 hours at all of them. The BLT chicken cruncher, the chubby chicken cruncher, and the hot chicken cruncher. Let's go. Text of the day today. Boy, the inbox definitely took a good pounding today. The Parachuters inbox. It was a long day with everybody with their hot takes about the candy. Let's go with, let's see here. I think my notepad system got messed up today.
Back to the hill.
Oh, here we are. No, got it. Bronco Nick is going to get the text of the day today. I thought Scrooge was a Christmas character, Dusty. That's pretty good. Congratulations to Bronco Nick. Text of the day today. You're going to A&W, sir. Tomorrow morning on the show, we'll obviously be setting the stage for a huge Edmonton Sports Talk draft. That'll be happening from 9 to 11 tomorrow. Macromala will join us. We'll get the legal opinion. We might line up my family to see if I have been a major disappointment on this Halloween and have been stealing from children. And we're probably have to move some things around. I think Noodles is flying tomorrow. So we're trying to drive somebody for that and working our way towards the Edmonton Oilers being back in game action. How do you get 3 days off between games this early in the season, man?
That Heritage Classic hangover.
I guess.
Well, the Pilsner North Thursday get you right back up.
Right? Yes, with the Dallas Stars rolling into town.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be pretty good. All right, thank you everybody listening. The Hangout, stick around for that. Sean Bell is going to be in today. Maddie and Tommy locked and loaded, ready to go. I think I'm going to pop by for the first half hour until Belsey rolls in.
Well, I think in that first half hour, we got to actually sort out the draft categories.
Okay, yeah, we can definitely do that.
We got to break that down and figure out where we're
going
to go with that.
Should I bring a Hilroy notepad?
I've got a notepad.
Oh, you got? Is it Hilroy?
No, it's actually ESPN Sports Center
Oh, man, how have you still got those kicking around?
from 2014.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a long time ago. You haven't made many notes in the last.
I haven't used these, and I use different ones
Take off
usually.
that bloody mask. You're creeping me out. All right, that's going to do it for us. Hey, tell your friends who are like, oh, man, I miss the boys. Tell them the boys are back. We're on TuneIn. We're at edmontonsportstalk.com. And, of course, we're at 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's keep cranking that thing up as well. Hangouts coming up right away. Lock Shop on the way today. And two guys in the goalie with myself, Joaquin Gage, noon today right here at Edmonton Sports Talk as well. Don't go anywhere. Hangout should be a good one today. Tell your friends about the show. Have a great Halloween. And to all the kids coming by my house tonight, enjoy all of the candy we will be providing to you, a copious amount that you're getting for free because it's Halloween. Take it easy.